ago. That's a dope profile name. I'm not a lurker though. Thoughts on XCN? I'm not a lurker though. Lurking around. XCN, Onyx Coin. I haven't really looked at that. Man, I haven't looked at Onyx in a minute. It's up 820% for the year though. I'm looking at it now. Hasn't done anything in the last 30 days, but it's probably because it had a little pullback. That thing is up 820% for the year. So haven't looked at it in a minute, but 8x on your money is not bad. What's good with you, Anthony Guafa? Guafa. Am I saying that right? Yeah, no. Ant. What's up? Let's see what else we got. Hawk is in the building. Casper. You know, that's a pretty good project. I knew you were streaming. Yeah, I just got on. All right, so I said I would come back here and hang out with y'all a little bit. I hope you didn't forget about me, my man. Matthew, what do you mean? What happened, Matthew? I forget about you, man. Rui, what's going on, brother? Good evening from Say Quatre. Nicholas, what's happening? What else we got going on here? When will ADA have a massive move up? We've already been moving up, guys. Listen, the altcoins don't move up until liquidity comes into the cycle, guys. What's going on from Nigeria? You know, Cardano is just like any other altcoin. When liquidity comes into the marketplace, things will go up. Top 100 for sure. Top 10, definitely. Can you explain ICP chart? I can't explain. I'm not looking at it right now, but maybe I'll chart it later. Probability on hood. Y'all look at it. What's the probability? Probably no. We gotta address what I said the other day. No. We gotta make sure we address that first because when I'm giving information, some people are like, nah, they like to do stuff like that. Let me see what we got going on here. Oh yeah, I gotta pull this one up and I gotta pull this up. Yeah. Right? Let's pull both of these two things up here and share them with everyone. Preview. There we go. Let me just go here and let's look at this chart because, the other day when I went live, I gave away a lot of alpha. And today we're looking at it today and it looks like what I said. That's for sure. Me personally, I was able to take some profits off the table, shut some trades down, and profit because I saw it coming. And I gave you all the information, which means y'all saw it coming. Let's go here and look at this. Wow. Yikes. Okay, first thing we're going to look at is Bitcoin. Then we're going to look at the altcoins here. Trust me, we look at Bitcoin first. Where are you at, Bitcoin? Where do I have this on the chart? Man, seriously? Woo. Okay, here we go. Who remembers this chart right here? Don't worry if you don't remember. I'm going to show it to you anyway. Let's go ahead and look at this chart. This one right here. Yeah. Who remembers this chart right here? I said, hey guys, be careful. You know what I mean? Looks like a double top. That was a total 3. We'll get to that in a minute. Who remembers this chart right here? If Bitcoin can't break the top of this red trend line, that one right there, we could see it fall to around 90K, right? So I told everybody this the other day. So we're still struggling. All right, Bitcoin was 115 and it was trying to make its way up. Let's see what happened. It's just been sitting here. Look. It has to break this red line, guys. You got all the way up here. Look, it shot all the way up here to 118,000. Now, let me zoom in so y'all can see it. People play too much. Well, if you're going to get somebody to chart for you and go live and tell you how to do crypto, then they need to be specific. This is a daily chart, which means just the other day, Bitcoin ran all the way up here. Look, Bitcoin ran all the way up here to around $118,000. Currently sitting at 115,000 because you know what? It keeps getting rejected up here at this red line. Who was live the other day when I showed everybody this chart? Raise your hands. Somebody said Bitcoin is not for beginners. Actually, it is. Bitcoin is the safest thing that you can put your money into that would, make you way more than 10% APY a year. I mean, it's like the most beginning thing that you can actually do. Dreamville, come on, man. I'm serious now. Come on, listen. I'm talking to Dreamville for a second. He said Bitcoin is not for beginners. It absolutely is. I mean, it doesn't get any more simpler than that. Take some bread, put it into an asset that gets you on average 40%, 50%. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't get more simple than that. It is like beginner stuff. Right? Come on, Dreamville. Keep it real. What are your thoughts on? No, I'm not done. Hold on before we get done. So, is it anybody here that's still paying attention to this thing that I was talking to them about this red line? We're gonna have to make sure we address it. Look, I'm just going back to what I said here. Just going back to what I said here. If we don't get past this red line, look, this goes all the way back here. Let me push this down to like a week so we can make it a little bit less. You see, look at this. Look, remember I said this chart goes all the way back to 2017. A rejection on this red line will have a crazy pullback. Rejection here. Look, this was this is almost 85%. This is almost the rejection up here, 56%. That's crazy. By the way, this right here is a double top. So this rejection right here pulled it back 80%. This was the bear market for this cycle. This is almost 80%. Runs up here, gets a rejection right here. From here down here to this level was a 31% pullback. And I'm telling everybody, I'm like, hey, I don't have a crystal ball, but we better make sure we pay attention to this thing right here, because if we keep getting rejected over here, it could be a real problem. It could be a 24% drop problem, which is where this pivot line is. Now, I'm hoping and praying that this breaks out. Just come on, Bitcoin, break out of this red line. Break out, and find some support on the top side of it, because if it keeps teeter-tottering and playing around here, this is a dangerous place to be. Now, that's a weekly chart, so let me go here to an hourly chart so you can see just how dangerous it is. Let me zoom in for you. Look. You don't want to keep playing around with this line. Look, that's a rejection. That's a rejection. This is a rejection. This is a rejection. Like, you don't want to keep on playing around with this. Okay? Let's get past it and get out of here. Get past it and get out of here so that the market continue to rally up and stuff like that. Otherwise, you get a pullback. I'm setting up just in case. Now, I took some profits on a lot of my stuff, and then I'm currently in a couple shorts just to kind of hedge some stuff. Let's go ahead and look at the total three. We're talking about the cryptos that everybody that keep asking me about. Everybody's asking me about individual cryptos over here. Somebody said double top. Yeah, that's definitely. You see it there. You see it. I can't make it up now. You see the double top. So okay. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the total three though. That's Bitcoin in a nutshell. Let's look at the total three and see what it's doing, because for every crypto that y'all asking me about down there, y'all asking me about altcoins. Let's look at the health of the total three, and we're going to talk about altcoins. Look at what I see here. Look, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Now check this out. 2025, 9/18. So, look what I screenshot here. I can't make this stuff up. The total three, which controls your altcoins, was at $1.15 trillion. And when I gave it a screenshot, look what I put here in plain English for everybody. Be careful. This looks like a double top. Right? Look at the words. Today's the 19th. So let's go ahead and find out. Let's see what a double top is real quick for everybody. Let me see. I said, be careful. Be careful. It looks like a double top. Trying to help everybody out because they don't like to lose money and stuff. Look, double top trading. Look. Market rallies up. Boom. There's your first top. Boom. Rally pushes back down, forms this neckline right here. See, this is called a neckline. Pushes back up, you get a second top, and then if you get rejected here, down goes Frazier. So let's just make sure this is what I showed you over here. Look. Look at the date. 9/18. Right now, it was actually 9/17. I did a screenshot on this, but I told everybody this the other day when I was live. But look, be careful. This looks like a double top. Well, let's go and look at the market right now. Here's your total 3. See? It's down 1.13 trillion. It's down to that. Look. Do you see it? Let me show it to you in case you don't see it. This is your run-up. That's your first top. There's your neckline right there. Here's your second top. Look what's happening. It didn't look like that the other day. Look. Look at it now. It's no longer sitting at 1.15. It's sitting at 1.13, which means from this top down here to where we are right now, the market has dropped $35 billion. If this continues to drop down here to this neckline, you'll be looking at $60 billion drop. Yikes. Yikes. Well, if you snatch a total of $60 billion out of altcoins, they can't go up. Can't. They have to go down. Is that true? Is this technical analysis true that what I showed everybody the other day and now I'm coming back in here to double down on it? What's up, CC? Is that true? Does everybody here see how important it is to learn how to chart? Or at least know someone who knows how? Right? This means you can save money. If you was in positions and your altcoins were up and stuff like that, you would have known to take profits off the table. Shut the trade down by 25, 50%, 100%, whatever. But you would have known to take some money off the table because you're saying to yourself, whoa, this is a double top. If this gets rejected, top side of this thing, it's going to pull back. So that's exactly what happened. And so I'm setting up some, well, I've already set up. I set up some shorts and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens here. I'm in profit, though. Somebody said, that a joke, man. BTC down again to 90. Somebody said, that a joke, man. BTC down to 90. I don't joke around. Right? I don't know if it's going to 90, but, you know what I'm saying, the probability is there because it's being rejected off of an 8-year trend line. So I don't joke around, though, bro. I don't got time to joke. We too grown for that. For the person to ask me, you know, is that a joke? Or I don't know if you were saying that I'm joking or, you know, I'm a joke or something like that or whatever. But I don't joke around, bro. I don't do jokes. I say that up to Kevin Hart and, you know, Dave Chappelle and Eddie Murphy and some, you know, people like that, man. Cat Williams. No time to joke. Look, for everybody that's paying attention, I want to clarify this. I want to say this one more time. Look at this trend line. This is a parallel trend to the upside, but this top side here, this top side, that trend line runs back to 2017. I want to make sure we're clear here. 2017, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, that's 5, 23, 24, 25. This is an 8-year trend line. Getting rejected off of an 8-year trend line is nothing to joke about. It will pull you shit. It will pull your shit back 56%, 78% off of rejection, 30% off of rejection. If this is a rejection here off this 8-year trend line, we can see a $90,000 Bitcoin, because coming down here to the very next level of what we call support is down here at this pivot line. You know, like here's your pivot line there, you know, here's your pivot line right here, here's your pivot line right here, here's your pivot line right here. I don't joke, bro. If we come down here to this pivot line, you're gonna be looking at about a $90,000 Bitcoin. No joke. And if Bitcoin comes down to 90, what do you think your altcoin is gonna come down to? Now, I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I don't know. I can tell you this, beyond a shadow of a doubt, Bitcoin has to break this trend line to the upside. And if you're paying attention to this, and I hope you are, I'm just go to a 4-hour chart so I can just show it to you. I'm zooming in for you can see what's happening right here in front of everybody. It's having a hard time getting past this red line. It tried it a couple times up here and got rejected. Look, I can't look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 4 is 24. This is a 4-hour chart. These are 4-hour candles. If I count 6 of those, that's for a whole day. It couldn't get past that and got rejected again. It got rejected over a 24-hour period. No, 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 no. Everybody say no, 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 no. But I be saying yeah, 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 yeah. And they be saying no, 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 no. And I'm like, Bitcoin, yeah, 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 yeah. I need you to just break that red line, bro. What we doing? We do not need Destiny Child around here. Man, jeez. What we doing here? Somebody said Bitcoin drops, altcoins fly, right? Wrong. Bitcoin controls about 60% of the crypto market. Bitcoin drops, altcoins drop too. No. We're not talking about dominance. We're talking about the actual asset Bitcoin. If it drops, the altcoins will also tank as well. We're not talking about dominance now. We're talking about the actual asset. So no, you do not want to see Bitcoin drop. Your altcoins will not fly. They will go into, I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it, bro. I don't want to say it. I don't want to put that energy out there. You don't want to see Bitcoin drop. Okay? You don't want to see that. All right, let's see what else we got here. Don't lose your money. Don't lose your money gambling. Just chilling, bro. Says, don't lose your money gambling. Great statement in general. Fantastic statement in general. So, yeah, no, I agree with that. I like that. Somebody said, this week matters a lot, huh? Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does. It really does. Yeah, we have this candle that's live right now. It has 2 days before it closes. I'm just going to show it to you. I'm going to a weekly chart so y'all can see that it has 2 days before it closes. We just need to see some more green candles. That's all. This is a live count. We're on Bitcoin, BTC. So this candle right here, which is a weekly candle, okay, it has 2 days before it closes. We just need to see another candle here. Like this needs to get up here, close, one open up right here next to it, and just push up, man. Like, we got some momentum here. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Let's go. All right, let's see what we got here. Do you think Bitcoin is on its way to 90K? Do I think, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody can answer that question. Right? Can it go down there? If we keep getting rejected on that red line, that's exactly where it could go, to about 90K. We're trying to see, as it sits here next to the red line, we needed to get up over it. So I don't have an opinion of whether I think it can go up or down. I just know that that's what it can do. And so I have to act accordingly. Don't you? Will the altcoin season still come, in your opinion? 100%. They just cut rates. For anybody asking the question, are we going to still see an altcoin season? It's not an altcoin. We've been in an altcoin season since since January 2023. If we're looking at it that way, everything down in January 2023, everything was still down 80, 90%. So you're seeing we've been in the altcoin season since January of 2023. What you're waiting on is what's called a parabolic bull run. Like you're waiting for the parabolic bull run when things just go crazy for months and stuff like that. So, and yes, we're still going to see that. They just cut rates. They just cut rates. You should buy the Magic 8 Ball for those questions. That's funny. Hey, no, seriously, let's talk about this for a second. I want to say something that this needs to be fresh on your mind. Think about what the altcoins have done since January of 2023, and the Feds have not really been cutting rates like that. Think about it. Think about your portfolio and how it looked in 2023, what it looked like in 2024, what it looks like now, and the Feds just now cut rates. There's going to be what you call a parabolic bull run. There's going to be one of those. Money is cheap now, and they're going to cut rates a couple more times, making money even cheaper. Yes, there is going to be a freaking parabolic bull run, like a blow off top. You are going to see one for sure. For sure. All right, let's see what else we got here. The way you explain is great. Breakdown so simple for us to understand. Thank you. You're welcome, Shaki. Shaki Zulu. All right. It seems every altcoin has a bullish pattern. Not every altcoin. No. Not every altcoin. Not every altcoin. Like once you start looking at your chart, you'll see that that's not true. It could be true. Listen, the way I'm going to respond to this, right, is going to be a little bit above tier, like pro level response. Okay, here, what's what I'm saying. So I'm going to make that statement that you made. I'm going to make it a true statement. It seems like every altcoin has a bullish pattern. Yes. What time frame are you looking at? Here's what I mean. All right, so you could give me any altcoin, anyone, I don't care which one you're talking about, and I can show you that it's bullish and bearish at the same time. What are you talking about? I can show you it's bullish and bearish at the same time. It depends on the time frame that you're looking at. I can show you something that on a macro is bullish, but then I could go to a shorter time frame and show you that it's bearish. I can show you that asset is bullish and bearish at the same time, as long as I'm looking at different time intervals. So when you say that every asset has a bullish pattern, I could say, no, that's not true. But then to make it true, I could say, yes, it is, depending on what time frame you're looking at. You see what I'm saying? Somebody said, Duando. I'm not doing a whole bunch of charting right now because I actually kind of just want to hang out in here in the community for a second before turning my camera around and doing charts and stuff like that. Let's see what we got here. October, November. Yes, most likely. Can't predict though. Well, yeah, we're coming to the end of the season. We already know that, if you look at the history, Rocktober or Uptober, October is a very, very, very important month for crypto through just history. Not just because we just want it to be, because it's just like, yeah, we just want it. It's just history. It's just numbers. It's just data. It's right here. It just shows us that that's just the case. For those of you who are new that never seen this chart before, this is for you. For everyone else, just bear with us for a second, okay? Remember, Bitcoin, which controls almost close to 60% of the entire crypto market, we track Bitcoin's monthly returns, because whatever Bitcoin does, the rest of the market is going to do it for the most part, because it controls like 60% of it. So you can see here, these are Bitcoin's returns being tracked every single month since 2013. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we've been tracking Bitcoin returns for 13 years, which means we have all the data. So we don't have to guess. Guessing is for, I don't want to say it, but we don't guess. January, you can see that big over the years, you can see that 50-50. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty much 50-50 chance that January could be good or bad for Bitcoin. Somebody say, got it. February, you already can see that February is a month that rocks. 50-50 going on here. You can see that April is a better month for Bitcoin and the crypto markets. May, sell in May and go away type of thing or whatever. 50-50, with a little lean toward that. Right? You can just see how it works. Look, August is bad. Historically, August and September are 2 bad months for crypto. Do you agree with that? You don't have to agree with me. I'm showing you the charts. Look at the data. Historically, these 2 months here are bad. Look at October, though. Look at October historically. Look at November historically. You see it? So, the fact that crypto is not doing much of anything right now, and you just it's just kind of in a somber place or whatever, and people is like, man, come on, man, what's up, man? Understand this: rate cuts just happened. Money is cheap now on the macroeconomic environment, and we have less than 15 days before we start rolling up into October. So everybody calm down. Let's see what happens. Historically, October is a crazy month for crypto. And they just made money cheap. So, yeah. Somebody said, I used the regression channel on TradingView. Well, what's that? Somebody said, oh, shoot. Do you think Parabolic Bull Run could extend to early next year? Yes. What are your thoughts on Hood's new tools released during their summit? Your course still worth it? My course is 100% still worth it. Ask anybody here in the community. And Robinhood's new tools, I haven't checked them out. I have to check it out and see what I think about them. I don't trade or do stuff on Robinhood because it's not as powerful as using TradingView and my own exchanges that I rock with. So I don't have time to be looking inside of Robinhood. That's not where the pros hang out. But if that's what you want to do and hang out with Robinhood, I mean, I don't have anything against that. But that's not where the pros hang out. We want our stuff in TradingView where we can customize our charts and stuff like that. But that's a good start for anybody who doesn't know how to do stuff on their own or doesn't have a course or anything like that. I ain't mad at that. I just saw it. Okay, here it goes. I used the regression channel on TradingView. It shows the line you showed as retested. What? I don't. The regression. I used the regression channel. I don't never use that before. I used a regression channel on TradingView. It shows that line you showed as retested. I don't know what the regression channel is. Let me see if I can find it. This regression channel. Linear regret. Are you talking about a linear regret? It's a lot of regression channels up here. I guess you're talking about the linear regression channel. That's got the most people that that rock with it. So let's pull that up. And you said shows as retested. Okay, cool. Check this out. This is pretty cool. Let me turn this off so I can make this look. I'm gonna make this. This is cool. Let me show y'all something real quick. That's pretty cool. Check this out. Dopeness. Oh shoot. What did I do? I just lost it. I gotta pull this back up. Whoa. That's pretty cool. I like that. Linear regression channel. Never heard of this thing before, but that just turned it on. Whoa. This thing. Did I do it right? Did I get the wrong one? Hold on, guys. I think I had one, then I think I just got the wrong one. Again, whoa. Give me a second. I'll get my stuff together here. Okay, which one? I said I was using the one that had most of the... Okay, it's this one. Okay, check, microphone check. Okay, check this out. Somebody using a linear regression tool. So I'm going to show you this real quick. Let me hide it real quick. And so guys, I think this is pretty cool information that one of your your peers just gave you here. It's a lot going on here. Check this out. All right. So you can see here, guys, this is the up channel that I brought to everybody here. And I'm on a daily chart here. This is for the total 3 right here. And we'll do this on Bitcoin as well. But this is total 3. You see up here, everything up here is resistance. This is a double top, by the way. It just got resisted again here. Ding. All right. So I'm going to turn this linear thing that they just gave us. I'm going to turn it on this, and I'm going to turn it on Bitcoin too. But this is on the total 3. Look. See it? Right, so on the total 3, you can see that we have fell down below this pivot line right here. And that means on the way up to retest, it needs to get above it because right now it has failed this. That's the total 3 on a daily. Let's look at this thing on Bitcoin, right? Let's go pull Bitcoin up. Let's pull this up on Bitcoin. Hold on, LINEAR. Hold on, I gotta go into a shift. I don't use this, so it's this one. Okay, cool. Let me pull it up. Look, that's not good, is it? Dang it! Bring it back. God, dang it! I need 2 hands. I had my damn brush on, brushing the dang on chart, and I was trying to delete that and delete the. I gotta show y'all something. Hold on. Don't laugh at me. Normally, the stuff that I use, I already had in the favorites, but somebody brought this up and I want to show them. All right, here we go. Check this out. Oh, this is bad. This is nasty work. This is nasty, nasty, nasty work. Okay. See, I don't use a linear whatever the hell chart thing this is, but it's telling you the same thing that I said. Look, this is the daily. Look at that. This thing is showing you that you're literally being rejected here under the 50% or the pivot level of this linear chart. That's bad. That is so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. This is nasty work right here, man. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Look, inside of this, I'm gonna go ahead and make this better because I don't use this, but I'm gonna go ahead and make it better real quick. I can tell you this right off the bat. I can tell you this. Inside of this macro linear thing, not only are you getting rejected at this 50% level, but you're also being rejected here on the chart that I just drew in for you, my own stuff that I'd like to do. But you're getting rejected on this pivot line. This is a upwards channel here, and that is a rejection on the pivot line here. So somewhere we got to be right here. If you're getting rejected on this pivot line and you're getting damn rejected under this pivot line, sheesh, that's whoa. It's good stuff, right? So yeah, cool. That's a pretty cool tool, right? If you know how to use that in order to make some good decisions, pretty cool. Somebody said, you find it in the pencil icon? Where the hell is that at? No. You got to go into your indicators and type in. He called it linear, the linear joint. So yeah, that's pretty cool, right? That's cool. Let's see what we got here. Somebody said, Shannon said, need help. Anybody that needs help, any charting and stuff like that, I have a course. Link is in my bio. Sarah V, thank you for your hard work and acknowledge us. We just want valuable information. Cool. That's a refresher from Big Bucks. Y'all call it Starbucks, but this is a refresher from Big Bucks. This is a refresher from Big Bucks. That's what that is. Has your buy limits hit for Cardano? Oh, I don't have any buy limits anymore for that because the market started pulling back, so I was able to take profits on a lot of stuff that I was. I had major profits on a lot of stuff. I took profits on it. So now that the market's pulling back, I'm just waiting to see what happens. I'm just waiting to see what happens. Just hanging out, just chilling, just Don't never mind me, just hanging out and chilling to see what's popping here. Because, we can't get back up. It's gonna be nightmare. Somebody said wait for the retest of 116. Wait for the retest of 116. Let me show y'all something. Cause I'm just gonna show you this hey guys, listen, for shits and giggles. I want to show you something. Somebody said wait for the retest of 116. You can do that. You're more than welcome to do that, but here's the problem that we have here. I'm gonna share this in front of everybody, okay? Now, just trust me what I'm showing you here. Just trust me what I'm showing you here. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin. Y'all ready? Let me know if you're ready. Double tap the screen and make sure. I need to feel some energy. Double tap the screen. I need to see more heart emojis. More heart emojis. Double tap the screen as we get ready to go up in here and just show you a piece of information. Somebody said, wait for the retest of 116. Let's do this together. Let's go here. I'm going to draw a linear line here. 116. It's going to be horizontal. It's a horizontal line. I'm gonna make it yellow and I'll put 116. Somebody said, wait for the retest of 116. Okay, cool. Now, I understand why they're saying this. Because let's just go here to the middle of the road, which is a 4-hour chart. Okay. For the person that said 116, this person knows how to chart. I'm gonna prove it to you right now. So here's what they said. Wait for the retest of 116. Here's why they said that. In order to know why 116 is important, and I'm on a 4-hour chart, so we're kind of in the middle of the road. We're not too small in time frame where the day traders and the scalpers hang out. We're not too long in the tooth over here where the swing traders are heavy and investors are over there. Okay, we're over here in the middle of the chart. So the reason they gave you 116 is because if you pull back, and I did, and I threw 116 on the chart, you could just see why it's important. You can see all the way back here, look, all the way back here to July. You see it kind of we held support on the top side of 116, right? Then we lost support, so it became resistance. Found support, rallied up, came back here to try to test it, resistance. So look, resistance, right? Came up here, tried to test it, fell through it. So they're saying, hey, wait for the retest of 116. If this fails, it more than likely can continue to chop or continue to go down this way. That's why they gave you the 116 number. Does everybody agree with what I just said? Because the person that said 116, I want to show y'all why they said 116. I don't want you to think that they just pulled that out of thin air. I'm looking at the charts. That's exactly why they said 116. Is that true? I gotta respond to the comments. I gotta make sure. Right? Okay, cool. So 116. So now I'm gonna add to that. Do you mind if I add to that? I'm gonna add to that in a way where it starts making a little bit more sense why, retesting 116 could be cool, but it also could be, it's not a place to make a decision. I'm gonna explain to you. Remember, we're on the 4-hour chart here. So I'm gonna go ahead here and I am gonna go to a 1-hour chart for a second. All right, cool. 1-hour chart, things are looking a little bit more prominent here. I can actually see all of that rejection right there. Rejection. I can see where this 116 is super important and you're waiting for the retest right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and circle that. You're waiting for a retest to come back over here to see if you can break this to the upside to rally up, right? Or get rejected, continuation to the downside. Now let's go here to the 15-minute chart. Boom. Okay, cool. Calvin, I don't know what you're showing us because you haven't impressed me yet. Just keep paying attention. Now I'm on a 15-minute chart. And we're still waiting for this retest. Now watch this. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to click my custom EMA ribbons. Let's see what's going on here. Man, that's a long way to get up there. These ribbons would have to come up here and cross up to get up here to this 116. That's a long way away. But here's the problem. Let's go here to the 1-hour chart now. Uh-oh. On the 1-hour chart, these things are still pointing down for sure. which means this little run up right here may not be enough. This might be just what we call a relief rally and continue down this way. Damn, let's look at this 4-hour chart. Uh-oh. On the 4-hour chart, these things are just now starting to coil over and bound. If this continues to happen on a higher time frame, it could be a disaster for 116. Somebody say, oh, shit, right? Now let's make it even more interesting. Let's go over here, back over here to this 15-minute chart for a second. Now I'm going to click on this right here, the Thanos indicators. No, look. Follow my finger. Look. And Thanos indicators. Follow the look. Let's just go. Keep going. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. So if I click right here, if I click on this right here, bam, you're gonna get whoa, wait a minute. We got a sell signal here. This thing right here is red. All of this red. Good Lord, don't buy shit. Let's go here to this 4-hour. We're going over here to the 4-hour joint right now. The 4-hour joint, wait a minute. So we got this buy signal way down here. All of this is green, by the way, and then started up this green channel, EMA ribbons crossed. It's a whole lot that you would have just known to be bullish. But wait a minute, if this continues to coil down, you're gonna get one of these. In case you think this is a game and you should be cautious, these start off like this before you get all three of them. It starts off with the first one. We are already starting to see red. This is already coiling down. I already see red here. I see red here. Be careful. Because if I go here to the 2-hour chart, make no mistake about it, my indicators never lie to me. We already have a sell signal here. This is already red. This is already pointing down. These are coiled up. This is red. All three of these are red. Red mean dead. Red mean dead. You don't want to do it. So while we're waiting on 116, just be careful if you're saying that, because I'm looking at the chart. I'm like, no, I'm gonna need to see something else. I'm gonna need to see some green. I'm gonna need to see some green for sure. How come all these indicators not in the course? That's custom private coaching stuff. The stuff that's in the course will make you a millionaire. Facts. But, as someone who actually does private coaching as well, I'm not going to put everything in the course because I have private coaching as well. Right? You can buy a regular C-Class Mercedes, which is nice. Then you can actually go in there and say, well, you know what? I need a little bit more ponies. I don't need the C300. Can you give me a C400? Sure. A little bit more power in there, for sure. Well, I need a little bit of something else. Here's a C53. We got those. This V6 twin turbo. We got that. Now I need something else. We got a C63. You know that, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we could get you where you want to go really, really fast, but it costs way more money. You can get you a C-Class for around about 50. You know what I mean? You want a C63? We're gonna need about 100. We're gonna need about 100,000. You want to get there faster? We need 100,000 for that. That's all I'm saying. Has your buy limits hit for Cardano? No. I don't have any buy limits for Cardano. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff that I had, those limit orders, they got filled. Remember, we ran up. I made a lot of money. I've already taken profits off the table. I'm waiting to see what the new lows are. I'm waiting for the new lows to establish themselves. Where's the new lows? There aren't any at this particular point. I'm just waiting to see where they establish. Somebody said, well, then no course. He's gatekeeping. Somebody said, well, then no course. he's gatekeeping. You know, I don't. Here's my response to that. Whatever you feel, bro. To the person that said I'm gatekeeping, however you feel. I do want to ask the people that's on here, am I gatekeeping? I just want to know. I can only understand what's going on if I have to ask the community here. Am I gatekeeping? Okay, cool. I just wanted to know. I just want to know if I gatekeeping. Here's what's funny about this is, I go develop all of these skills, this intellectual property, take that information, organize it, put it in step-by-step course and videos to help people become millionaires with crypto. And then they get pissed off that I have custom stuff that I have to myself and for private coaching as well. Well, I just got to be honest with you. I don't think you understand how this works. Right, so, yeah, you call it gatekeeping if you want to. I'm cool. Don't pay attention to that comment, Cal. You're right. Look, let me fill the belly up. There it is. Boom. Just done. We on to the next thing. Saul Milglen, right? Saul Milglen said, buy the course is worth every penny. It's a true statement. It's absolutely true. Somebody said, I have the course and he ain't gatekeeping. See, this is where the community coming in to stand up now. Boy, I love that. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. Y'all coming in and grabbing my back on that one. Thank you. Appreciate you. Abram said, I made $54,000 last year. What are we talking about? Gate? What gate? You know what I'm saying? White picket fence. You see my house? The Ed said, of course, the course is fire. When do you buy and sell indicators pop up? When do buy and sell indicators pop up? Is this the best close and get back in or do a reverse? When buy and sell signals pop up. The buy and sell signals that are in my course from those indicators that we have set up, right, with the custom input on it, that's for getting in and out of a trade, right? You can shut the trade down. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's get rid of the Thanos indicators here off of my thing. And let's pull up what is in my course for sure, 100%. Okay. And that's we're on Bitcoin. So somebody wants to know, when the buy and sell signals pop up, is that when we get out of the trade? Let me show it to you. Let's go to something like an 8-hour chart because, I just really want to make this. I want to hit a home run on this. Somebody say, we want to hit a home run. That's all. We just want to hit a nice little home run. Okay, check this out. Let's go to 8-hour chart and let's go back here to April. All right, if you allow me to do that for you. Check this out. In front of everybody, this is going to be dope. Peep game. Right, peep game. Check this out. Flip the camera around. Let me propose a hypothetical. Let me actually get rid of these drawings too. So we got a blank chart. Let me put everybody in a place that you would love to be in. We're on a Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin is trading at 115,000. What if you was in Bitcoin down here at 84,000? If you'd have bought it down here, right? I could pick any one of these assets. It doesn't matter. We just happen to be on Bitcoin. Matter of fact, I'm going to choose another one just to prove this thing again. But what if you was in it down here, right? If you got an entry point down here for Bitcoin, you will probably be wondering, when do I take profits? Okay, I got in a good place. Where do I take profits? Is that what most? Hey, listen, let me ask you. Is that what a lot of you are asking yourself? Okay, I'm in. I got a good. This thing is running up. I'm making some money. When do I get out? Do you find yourself asking that question? Okay, watch this. This is in my course. I promise you 100%. These indicators and the custom inputs and stuff like that. Check this out. If I just go here and I turn on these custom EMA ribbons, check it out. 100%, you would have known that this right here right, was the entry point for sure. Like you know that getting in over here where these EMA ribbons cross, you would have known that you got a great entry point. Now you're trying to figure out, damn, when do I get out? This thing is running all the way up here like this, going crazy. When do I get out or take profits? Well, watch this. If I come over here, big money trades, look. So now you're going to get something else that pops up here. You pay attention, look. Right? Let's get rid of those so you can see it. So check this out. Tell me if this is true, yes or no. Everybody here, tell me if this is true, yes or no. If you're in a trade here, right? If you're in here and you're going up to the upside like this, when this first sell signal pops up right here, can't you shut your entire, you can shut the trade down 100%, 50%, 25%, 10%. Isn't this a signal to take some profits or shut everything down? Yes. So if I got $1,000 here, peep game, I'm making it real. If I'm in $1,000 here and this runs up here and I made 14% on my money so far, right? At this first sell signal, I can shut the whole entire trade down or just take some money off the table. Let's say we shut the trade down by 10%. Cool. Now it runs up here to this. We took only 10% off. That means 90% of your money still ran up here to gather this almost 24%. But can I shut the trade down another 10 or 20% here? See, the name of this game is not trying to shut and take money at the very top. Real traders pull chunks out of the market on the way up. Come here, let me talk. Let me show you something to you real quick. Is this microphone on? People play too much. Where amateurs come into play is they get a position, whether it's luck or skill, where they get a position, they're trying to ride it all the way up to the very top. Newsflash. No one knows where the exact top of the market is. Somebody could say something on TV, whether it's a politician or something. Somebody can decide that, they want to climb chimneys. They want all the smoke. Ukraine, Russia. That pops off. That anything could tank the market. That has nothing that you can control. So you're not trying to ever time the absolute top of the market. Real traders know we just need to pull chunks out of the market on the way up. So if I'm winning and that trade goes up, I'm going to take some money off the table. You decide how rich you want to be at the time. I can't. That's your decision. You can shut it down. Yo, well, you know what? I'm winning. Let me pull 25% off the table real quick. And it's not to go back in later on. It's 25%. That goes into USDT Tether. So I'm sitting on the sideline. I got 75% still in this trade. If it runs up some more, I still got 75% on the table. It runs up some more. I get another little sell signal there. Guess what I can do? You know what? I think I'm going to shut this down by another 40%. It will be 40 of the 75%. Let me take some more money off the table. You're taking money off the table. And if you're not disciplined to do that and you think that you're just going to get the very top of the market, you are wrong. You're going to lose more times than not. And it's going to teach you a very, very real lesson. Stop trying to time the absolute tops or bottoms of markets. It makes no sense. Just like what somebody said years ago when they looked at my charts and I showed them, man, those sell signals and buy signals are delayed or whatever. All you did was telling me how much you are an amateur when they say things. We don't need to find the absolute bottom of the market. And who cares where the absolute top is? I just need to find a great entry point so I can pull a big ass chunk out the market on the way up, or if I'm shorting it, on the way down. People that's trying to find tops and bottoms of the markets, this is for amateurs. These people end up being exit liquidity. Straight up facts. Now, does that sound like some amateur stuff that I just gave you, or does that sound like some stuff I'm pushing you up toward that pro level? Okay, I'm trying to get you past that intermediate and start pushing you into the pro level of thinking and trading. So let's turn the camera back around. Now let's look at this again from different lens now. If you got an entry point here, you didn't get in down here. That's where the bottom was. You didn't recognize this as an absolute bottom. So as it started rallying up, you just got a good entry point here. And as it starts rallying up, the EMA ribbons are obviously bullish. And so when you get this first sell signal here, take some money off the table. Stop being greedy, player. Take some money off the damn table. Okay? Then when it goes up here and gets a sales, take some money off the table. When we get up here, take some money off the table. By the time it starts doing this, you've already made so much money. You placed it on the side. You are already in profit. When it starts pulling back like this, then you can decide to close the whole trade down. Now you got a whole bunch of money, and then this happens. This comes slamming down on you like this. Guess who has more money to come in here and grab this, or come in here and get a new position right here? This position is over with. You now have a new position over here that you're getting into. Or you did this and added to this position. Somebody say, yeah, got it. Now we going somewhere, cuz. Now let's look at this to the downside, because I know you probably want to see that. I do. I know I want to see it. Let's go over here and let's look at this to the downside, because there's no way that theory works to the downside, shorting a market, right? Sure it does. Sure it does. Let me go over here and turn this back to my regular EMA ribbons. Well, here's an entry point right here, right? You didn't catch the top right here, player. Stop. You didn't recognize that this was a bunch of resistance and you actually started shorting right here. Come on, stop it. You waited for the EMA ribbons to cross and you might have got an entry point somewhere right up in here. Cool, I ain't tripping. So we got an entry point right here. Where do we take profits? Where? Calvin, where do we take profits? Well, let's just go here, and if I turn this on, let's see if I can help you out. Big money trades. I think I got a plan here. I'm in here and I get my first buy signal right here, which tells me that this right here is going to go up. So I'm going to take some profits off the table right here. I'm going to shut my trade down. I got in right here, guys. Stop. I'm up right here about 3%. If that's a 10X, I'm up 30% on my money on a 10X. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down by a cool 10 or 20%. Somebody say, got it. Market pulls back a little bit, right? And then it continues to run. Here's another little buy signal right here. Shit, you know what? That was woo. I ain't like the way that felt. So I'm gonna go ahead and take another 10% off the table right here. Now I've already taken 20% of my trade out the market and I got 80% left. Look what happens right here. Somebody say, I'm following this. This is crazy. You doing this for free, my boy? Come down here now. Look. This came all the way down here and we got another buy signal down here. Now you're up 15%. On a 10X, you're 150% on that 80% that was left over. What do you think I'm going to do? Well, shit, you think I ain't going to take some money off the table? I don't know how far this is going to go down. I don't know. But I'm going to take money in chunks out of the market on the way down. I'm going to start closing my trade out. I don't need to know where the exact bottom is. Let's take some money off. Let's take some money off. Let's take some money off. Right? Tell me that don't make sense. If you've been doing it any other way, you've been doing it wrong. And if you don't have my course and you don't have those signals like that to help you out, to make it extra visual, for you to say, this is where I should start closing the trade down a little bit. Stop trying to be greedy. Do you know there's a bazillion trades that you're going to take? If you learn this skill, there's a gazillion trades you're going to take. Stop being greedy. You're just looking to compound your money. That's all you're trying to do. Where can I compound my bread? Don't be afraid to take the money off the table now. Now, you might think that I'm just making that up. You might say, you know what? He probably just making that up. He probably just trying to sound cool. I see you down there, Gloss. I see you, Rich. Consistency is key. For those of you who have my crypto cheat guide, peep this out. I'm going to just go down here. Look, I'm going to just slide all the way down here in this. Let's see if I can see something here. Let's see if I can do this. Look, chapter 9. Look, it's page 35. Chapter 9. 10 common crypto mistakes. Number 1, not taking profits. I'm going to read this to you because I just feel like I need to read it. It's crucial to remember that securing profits is an essential part of successful investment strategy, right? Don't let excitement and unrealistic expectations, notice that I made these italicized words and I bolded them. Somebody say his formatting is off the chain. Cloud your judgment. Develop a plan to take profits at predetermined levels or milestones. You know, like the ones that my thing gives you. And avoid becoming too emotionally, I underlined this word right here, too emotionally attached to your investments. Somebody say, I not only took the time to write this ebook, but to actually format it as well. Because there's certain words and stuff in here that I really need you to understand. Securing profits, unrealistic expectation, don't be emotional. You know what I mean? It's number one. There's 10 of them that will absolutely destroy you when it comes to investing or trading, especially in crypto. And if you break those rules, you will pay the price. Number one, not taking profits. It's number one. I could have put those in any dang on order. That's number one. Okay. All right, let's keep it going. You are talking about trading, not spot, right? Yeah, I'm talking about trading. I'm talking about trading. But wait, you can also be talking about spot as well. Let me explain it to you. Somebody say, well, you talk about trading though, right? I'm talking about spot as well. Let me go here and trust me when I show you this, you're going to be like, I'm still on the 8-hour chart because I'm looking at macro stuff. To answer the question that somebody said, you're talking about trading, right? Not spot. I'm talking about both. Let me prove it to you. Here, we was looking at Bitcoin, right? That's one asset. So obviously, we would be talking about Bitcoin there for trading for the most part. But let's go here now and let's talk about spot. Let's go to the total crypto market cap, which is just shy of $4 trillion as a whole. Now watch this. Peep game. I'm zooming this out. Pay attention. This is the entire crypto market cap, which was down here at $2.32 trillion in April. Okay, it's down here in April. About half of the place that it is now. Around about half, right here. If you was buying a bunch of cryptos down here, right? Doesn't matter what asset it is, XRP, Cardano, Avalanche, whatever. And it runs all the way up here, right, for $600 billion plus. Follow the bouncing ball, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions. That is $600 billion that came flying into your crypto. If you know that $600 billion is flying into the cryptos that you have in your portfolio, when do you know to take some money off the table, right? Is it up here before you get this pullback? Well, let's go up here and let's click on my EMA ribbons and see. Look. So you know for a fact you should have started buying a bunch of cryptos right here in April of this year. You should have bought a bunch of crypto, right? Where do I actually start taking profits, meaning pulling something off the table, right, before this thing starts pulling back? Maybe click this. Oh, got it. Yeesh. Yeah. Let me go back here and remind you. Right here, when over $600 billion came flying into your cryptos, you should have pulled something off the table before it pulled back. Right? When it pulled back, guess who has more money to buy those cryptos now when it pulls back? And you have more money, you buy some more crypto here. We're talking about spot. We're not even talking about trading. We're talking about you had $1,000 here, and that $1,000 in those cryptos ran up crazy money with $600 billion been flowing into them. And now you take some of it and you take it off the table, right? And then when the market pulls back, guess who has more money to buy more crypto right here? Somebody say, good gosh almighty, bro, right? And so when another, right, $400 billion comes flying into the market, it's okay for you to take some money off the table right here. Guess who has more money when the market pulls back down here? Guess who has money to buy more crypto down here? You see what is going on here? We're not even talking about trading. We just talking about taking profits off the table to have more money. Wait, what? In the long run, it's pretty much all trading. You could call it investing if you want to, but you're making a trade. You're saying I want to trade. I want to take my fiat currency that's sitting in my bank account, right, and Chase and Wells Fargo and PCP, whatever. I want to take that and trade it to a digital asset. I want to make a trade. Fiat currency for digital assets. That's a trade. You're going to stay in that for however long you want. But if you're getting indicators that says, hey, you know, when you made that trade, you know, a couple months ago, you might want to take some money off the table. You know, really? Yes, really. Like, take it from the digital asset and turn it back into some of this stuff. Fiat or Tether, which is the digital dollar. But when you made that trade, you know, you want to, that was a good time to trade it back. All day long, you could do this on different time intervals. What do you think about XVM? I'm not in it, though. I haven't looked at the tokenomics on it or anything like that. And I haven't looked at the website, so I don't know if it's a legit project. I don't know if there's, you know, the team is fully doxed. I don't know what the roadmap is. I don't know if there's VCs or angel investors involved. I don't know if there's an unlock period for that asset. I don't know. Somebody said trading fees eat up a lot of profit and taxes eat up a lot more. I'm going to turn my light on so you can see me when I respond to that. Let me turn my light on. We can need more light here. I'm going to respond to that. Give me a second. Okay. Trading fees eat up a lot of profit. No, they don't. No, they don't. And taxes eat up even more. Who's your financial advisor? Who's your financial advisor? Right? There should be 3 important people in your life as you start leveling up financially. I'm going to just give them to you. It's a trifecta. Trust me, 3 things. It's always 3. 3 is good. Strongest shape is a triangle. It's 3 sides. It's the strongest shape. You want 3 sides of this. So as you start trying to build wealth, you should have a bookkeeper. That makes sense. Someone to keep up with the books. And once you move, that's one side of the triangle. Then you need another side of the triangle. You should probably have an accountant. So we got a bookkeeper over here. We got an accountant over here. Well, who's the base? Who's forming the base of this thing? A tax attorney. These are 3 different people. They do 3 different things. They come with 3 different prices. I promise you. But bookkeeper, accountant, tax attorney to form this triangle that you need. Trust me, these are 3 different people. So if you're worried about fees, the fees aren't large enough to matter. If you put up $100 and it's on a 5X and a project runs up 30-40%, you could care less about paying a $10 fee. You're up a couple $100. So fees do not eat up anything. Fees just make sure that you are on exchange and you have an exchange to be able to leverage and stuff like that. Pay the fees. It's all good. It's not a lot. They don't eat up a bunch of nothing. They're very... By the way, if you want to reduce your fees a little bit more, why don't you do more trades, compound your money up, and reduce your leverage? I'm going to take a little drink on that. Refresher from Big Bucks, Starbucks, Big Bucks. Somebody said fees are negligible. They are. And if you want to reduce them, get better at trading, compound your money, and reduce your leverage. Because I can guarantee you this. If you have a trade and it's, let's say it's on a 20X. I'm going way up there. You have no business on 20X. You're probably not that good. But let's say you have a trade and it's 20X leverage. You are going to pay higher fees for that. You're borrowing more money from the exchange. So you better hope your trade is right. If it's right, you make a bunch of money. The fee that you pay doesn't even damn matter. But if you get out of this trade, meaning you are at an unrealized loss and you're like, oh my God, I'm losing money. Well, you know you lost the money from the unrealized loss that you're about to realize. But then you're going to pay a bigger trading fee when you close it down. You borrowed 20X worth of money. We're going to hit you with a fee. So you don't like those fees? Why don't you make more money? So that you can actually have more capital in them, and you say, you know what, I don't really need a whole bunch of money from y'all. You know what, I'm just gonna put this on a 2 or 3x. You know what I mean? I don't even need a whole bunch of money. I just want to take $10,000 and turn it into 20,000. So I'm just a 2x for me, please, sir. Let me get 2x on the board, Alex, for 10,000. Let me get 10,000. Let me get 2x for 10,000, Alex. I just need a 2x on this because I don't want to be paying a bunch of fees trying to turn $10,000 to $100,000 on a 10x. You're gonna pay some fees. It's gonna be a couple $100. Am I keeping it real? Am I being real with y'all guys? This information that I'm giving you is coming from someone who trades hundreds of thousands of dollars. I know what the fees look like. They're small when your leverage is small. They're larger when your leverage is larger. Facts. Let's see what else we got here. Are you shorting now? Yeah. Yeah, why would I not be shorting? I don't believe you, bro. I only got 5 positions. They're not big because I start my trades off small. And then if the market starts running in the direction that I want it to run in, I just scale them up. I got plenty of money. I got plenty of money. I got plenty of money. Applies. Okay, so these trades that I'm in, they're not big. Look, they're not big trades. The leverage is strong, though. Bitcoin, I'm shorting you on a 20x. And everything else, I'm shorting you on a 10x. So Bitcoin right now, I'm only up like $252, guys. I'm only up like $250. But I'm in shorts. I am shorting these assets right here, okay? Believe me when I tell you that. And so if this starts continuing to run the direction that I want it to run, this is going to build up. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to build that margin. Trust me, we're going to go away from a couple $1,000s. We're going to be like, oh, that's what you want to do? 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. I'm serious. I'm so serious. I'm so serious about that. Can you talk about Veracity, please? Veracity is a project. I still own some VRA on one of my ledgers. Oh, that's a tangent one. Sorry. On one of my ledgers. I don't know which one right now. I think it's the Nano X with the Bluetooth, right? See the Bluetooth up there. But yeah, I like it for what it's doing for pretty much like gaming, like EA Sports type of stuff. The patent that it has on advertising, making sure that advertising and the people that watch the advertisements are real, like on places like YouTube and stuff like that. They have a patent on that. So I got some VRA, some Veracity, and it's still doing good. It's still doing its thing. I like it. It's on a ledger. I don't even look at it. Can you attach alerts to buy and sell indicators? Yeah. That's not true, fam. That is not true, fam. Hold up, bro. You cannot. This is why I don't... Calvin, come on, man. No, you can't. Well, let's see. Let's see in front of everybody. Let's cut this up. I got a sound box back here. Let's go back. I'm cutting it up. Let me look. I'm cutting this up. Let's cut this up right here. You know, I got the best speakers in the business. Well, outside of Adam or something like that, but these are good. These is what's in most of your studios with the $1 million SSL board. So we're going to be able to hear that chime for sure. Okay, let's see if we can get a chime going here. All right, let's see. Let's see if it's true. All right, so we are on a 8-hour chart. We are on an 8-hour chart here, and I'm getting some sell and buy signals here on an 8-hour chart. But you want to know if I can set an alert. Well, let's see if I can do that. Let's see. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click this. And I'm going to click this. And I'm going to click this. Give me a second. And yes, yes to that. And yes to this. So let's see, yes and yes to this. And we want a yes to that. And once per bar close. Yes, so that's a shorty doo-wop. And we're going to do this. Give me a second. I got you. Yes. Here. Yes. And yes. Let's see. Yep. That means if I go over here, look, if I go over here to BitTensor Tau, I'm on BitTensor Tau, but if I come over here to this, to my log, I am going to click this, and it is going to take me to the ADA chart. Look, click ADA. It takes me straight to Cardano chart where this signal popped up. Wait, what? When I'm on my lives and you hear the chime like that, it's not because it's not no money available. It's yes. The answer to that question is yes. What's going on here? Yeah, these are going to keep pop. Another one popped up right here, so it alerted me here. That's all. Here's a sell signal, so that's going to alert me too. Look, it caught this right here. I got plenty of money, I got plenty of money, got plenty of money. But this is not. This is, guys. My course is nice. I'll show y'all how to, grab those right there, and you can set alerts on them and stuff like that. There's a buy signal. Let me hear it. Where you at? Hold on, bro. Wait a minute. Is that on your watch too? Yeah. Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's that pops up on this watch, and it pops up on this too. Let me make sure I'm not lying. Let's make sure I'm not lying. Let's open this up. This is nice. Look. It's going to pop up on all my Apple devices for sure. I can be in the kitchen. When I'm out, the iPad is with me if I'm out doing something. My phone, I'm going to turn these off because I put them on a very short time frame just to make sure that I'm getting those. But let's not get it twisted. Yes, it tells me that the money comes in. Okay, cool. And let's look at the chart. You see it for yourself. You see it happening. You see it tracking everything. And you see it tracking right here. These are on short time frames, so, I would never do it that short, but if you just want to know if it works, yeah, 100%. All right, let's get to the next question. That's crazy, right? Hey, if you don't have my course, guys, for those signals and stuff like that, and then you can go and set alerts on all that stuff. But yeah, it works. It's crazy. Somebody said, "How you do that in TradingView?" Guys, it's easy to do that. It's under alerts. Somebody said, "Hold on, I thought that was a smoke detector." It is a smoke detector. You know what I'm saying? Tell you that your damn money in your altcoins is on fire. You know what I'm saying? It is a smoke detector. Let you know that the money in the market is on fire. It's a smoke detector. Straight up. Somebody said, "What made you want to short? What did you see?" That's what I told you guys the other day. I see that the market is running into a problem. The market is running into a problem. Look at the total 3. Somebody said, "What made you want to short?" Well, look at your total 3. These are some people that's showing up late right now to the marketplace. Look at this. Look. Remember we got this resistance right here? Look at the bottom of this channel. See that resistance right there? Look at the bottom of that channel. We just got a double top up here. A double top of resistance. So yeah, I shorted this for sure. I'm gonna short that. That's the total 3. Why you didn't short it? Why wouldn't you not short that? That's a clear rejection. Why would you not short it? I told everybody about this stuff though. I did. What made you want to short? Hey, that's a great question. Atlanta's Finest said, no, I shorted it too. Real talk. Yeah, you got, just trust the charts. That's why the charts are so dope. When you learn how to chart, it's just so dope. It's so dope when you learn how to chart. It's just like, it's so dope. It's so dope. And my course teaches you how to chart, man. It's so dope. It's a skill that once you learn it, you walk around, you know what I mean? You don't really got to walk out bird chesting and everything like that, but you just know that you're in control of your wealth building experience for the rest of your life. Listen, you know that you are in control of your wealth building experience for the rest of your life. No one else has the control over you building wealth. Ever. Again, once you learn that skill, once you learn how to chart, that's it. Who agrees that majority of the money? Now, let me ask you a question for real. Now, this is a question that, how many people we got on here? We got to make it. We're going to see if this is right. We got about 1,100, 1,200 people on here, right? Check it. I'm going to ask a question. Y'all chime in. Let me know. Is majority of the money in the world, is it in stocks, bonds, real estate, and crypto? Yes or no? Let me know down there. Majority of the wealth in the world, stocks, bonds, crypto, and real estate. Yeah. So let me get this. So I'm asking, these are questions that I'm asking y'all. So y'all already gave me yes. So that I'm going to ask a question now and see what the follow-up is. So if you know how to chart stocks, bonds, real estate, and crypto, are you in control of your wealth building experience for the rest of your life? Yes or no? Some of y'all like, I mean, well, you can't really chart real estate. So kind of like a trick question. What, REITs? Real estate investment trust? Don't have a chart? Gold doesn't have a chart? Sure it does. Gold has a chart. Crypto has a chart. Like, so if it has a chart and you know how to trade using charts because you know how to chart, you are in control of your wealth building experience for the rest of your life. And wait for it. Here's where it gets good. You don't have to punch a clock. You can do it in your t-shirt and your underpants if you want to. Yeah. You can do it at Starbucks. You can do it at the game. When you go pick up your kids and you're waiting in the parking lot and you don't have nothing to do, you can literally have your phone and you can do it on your phone in the parking lot at the school. Whenever you want to. Somebody said, at the beach for me, please? I'm here for the beach. You can do it at the beach. Somebody said, on the toilet. All of these are all correct answers. All of these answers are correct. All right, this is getting ready to go a place that this live has never gone before, ever in life. I'm serious. This is about to go a place that has never gone before on the live. Y'all ready? We're going to a place we've never been before, ever, on this live. Y'all ready? Sit back and enjoy the ride. Somebody say, here we go. Ma said, here we go. Here we go. Never been here before. So let's start. Let's go ahead with a new chart for sure for this one. Yeah, we got to do a new one. No, you know what? Let's just go with this because it doesn't matter. We're on a different asset anyway. We're going to place. I'm going through the whole thing, the whole options. No pun intended. Options. You'll see. We're going through all the options. Let's see if what I said is correct. Let's go. Let's click here on all. Okay, cool. Let's start with stock. I'm just going to click, look, stocks, funds, futures, forex, crypto, indices, bonds, options. So stocks, cool. I could pick any one of these. So here's Palantir. Boom. Let's just click on this and make sure that what I'm telling you is the truth. And we're just going to use a day chart just so we can be right up above everything. Look. So if I know how to chart this, then I know where the money is, right? So if I know how to chart this, then I could have easily found the money. Okay. So look at this run up right here. So let's just go and zoom this out like this. What do we see here? We see that we came crashing down here. Cool. This looks like a crash to me. This looks like a crash to me. So this came pulling down and it pulled down in this channel. And I see that we broke out of this channel right here. Had a little bit of consolidation right here. Broke the consolidation right there. So just by using this parallel channel, which is generic charting, I know that this broke out right here. And this would have been a good place for me to grab it. Now, why would it have been a good place? Because from here, pay attention, which was 2021, from there to here on this breakout was 836 days. If you see something falling for 836 days and it breaks out of that shit, you should definitely say, give me some of that. Yes or no? This is basic, but I'm going to go through the whole thing. We're just going to use different things here. Okay. Yes or no? Somebody say, yeah. Yeah, 800 some days just going down and then it breaks out of that. Yeah, let me get some of that. Okay, cool. So that's Palantir. So we know it works in stocks. We know understanding how to chart will easily work in stocks. By the way, from that breakout that I just showed you, from there to up here, Palantir is up 2,000%. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. This is 2,000%. Or for those of you who understand X's, this is a 20X on your money. And all you recognize was it was breaking out of a channel on the daily chart. Wait, whoa. Bruh, time out. Ain't no time out. I am pressing this. This is a full court press. I keep anything. So if it works on Palantir, it works on any stock. Let's go to the next thing, shall we? I told you this has never been done on my live before, so we're removing those drawings. We don't need that. Next up is what? Funds. Let's click on funds here. Oh, we got all kind of funds here. Granite Shares and Yield Max and Round Hill and all kind of other stuff over here on the NASDAQ. Let's just pick one of these things. I don't know. Just pick this one. Okay. Wow. So does this look like anything we should be doing right now? Probably not. I wouldn't. Would you? I know for a fact that we don't need to do anything. Look, this right here was support, and we lost the support, crash. Right here, this was a teeter-totter on the actual pivot line, found support, rallied up to, this got rejected. Came back to find support here, and right up under this, look, this is the pivot line. Came back here, teeter-tottered on this again, bullshit. Found some support here, and now it is ranging. What are you waiting for? Somebody say you're waiting for it to break out. Because once this breaks out, what do you think happens? Now I'm going to add a little bit to this just for shits and giggles, custom EMA ribbons. Let's see what we got going on here for custom EMA ribbons. Oh, we're just waiting for you guys. Hey guys, we're just waiting for you to coil up and start doing this. Because we're going to get a real clear picture that you're breaking out of this and you're going to the upside. And we're going to be ready when that happens. If that was you, looking at this thing here. Somebody say, yep, that's absolutely true. So that's funds. We know it works on funds for sure. Got it. Let's go and make it a little bit more dramatic. Let's go to a 1 hour chart because you might want to trade this stuff. So here, what do we see right here? Well, I can clearly tell you that this right here is nothing but resistance. Slight little double top there as well, because this is pretty much a neckline right there. But this right here is resistance, okay? So this ran up sharply like this, first top, comes down here, little neckline, little second top, boom. So this is a double top, and I'm not interested in that. As a matter of fact, as we go right here, this is what this thing is looking like currently right now. It's finding support down here, and we're just waiting for it to push up here and break out. Somebody say, got it, right? Yes. Let's keep going. We know it works on that. We know it's stocks, we know funds. Let's click over here on futures. What you got for me, futures? What you got over here? Like, no. These are nice futures. Look at that. Gold futures. No, we got to do that. Hold on, guys. We got to do gold futures. We're going to do futures. We got to do gold. Hold on. Let me grab my... Let's go ahead and grab this plug. I don't want to go dark on you. Battery, man. Battery. I don't want to go dark on y'all, so let me plug myself up here. It's money. Okay, cool. Y'all ready? Gold futures. It's about 20-something trillion dollar market cap gold. So we got to track this gold futures now. Click. Look at that. That's just some delicious chicken right there. Oh my gosh, look at this gold right here. Oh my gosh, look at that. Well, let's do this a different way. Here, we found a bottom right down here. So we're just going to go ahead and slap that down there. That's a bottom. See, we came down here and you see that this stopped right here and then it tried this there and it rallied that stop right there. That's about 33.61 for gold. And so we know that's a bottom. So if that's the bottom down here, where's my nearest high? Well, let me zoom in so you can see it. We're just charting in front of everybody. Let's zoom in so we can see in front of everybody. Okay, cool. Would you agree with me that if this was my low down here, where's my nearest high? Oh, it's right about there. And then I had a high right here. Okay, then there's one right here. Okay, and then the next one is right about up here. Cool. So if this came crashing down like this, and this is the bottom, I know that it can't be bullish until we actually break these tops. Here's what happens. Follow me. This is the floor. Let me just actually go down here and make it like this. This is the floor. I can name this floor if I wanted to, but that's your floor. And this is the ceiling, right? So if this is the floor and you come up here to the ceiling, you got a rejection. No, that you can't get past this top yet. No. Comes back to test this as floor. Okay, cool. Runs back up here. If you break the ceiling, this is the new floor. Where's the next ceiling? Right here. This is your new floor. This is your new ceiling. You have to break this ceiling in order to be bullish. So it breaks this, boom, right? This right here is the new floor now. This is the new ceiling. I'm just going to keep moving this yellow line up. Can y'all see that? Let's make it a different color in case y'all can't see it. Let's make it green because that's where the money is, okay? Let's make it green. Y'all got it? Did I make it green? It's supposed to be green. Click green. And let's go here and click OK. There. Now we got it. It's green. So that's my the green is the floor. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and name it floor so y'all don't get lost. Floor. New floor. Right? And just in case y'all try to play me, right? I'm putting the word new floor there. Okay. So if this is my new floor, isn't this my ceiling? I can't continue to go up. I have to turn this floor into a ceiling. So guess what? Look. So this is my ceiling. We rally up, got a little rejection right there. Pulls back down to the floor. Rallies up, gets past. Where's my new floor, guys? You see what's going on here? Now look at this gap. Somebody say, look, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Look at this gap right here. If this now is my new floor, once we come up here and find support on the top side of this, boom. Rallies up right here. Look at this. This is the ceiling way up here. We get past this and we find support. Where's my new floor? You got it. That's the new floor, isn't it? By the way, in case you wasn't paying attention, from the time that we left this down here, this is up 4.53%. We're on a 1 hour chart, by the way. Okay. So cool. Somebody say, damn, that's how it worked. Yes. Are you following me? Somebody said, it's gold. It's gold, the asset, and it's gold, the information, because I'm showing you charting works on anything that has a chart. It doesn't matter. And I'm just going through different things in charting to show you how you can recognize where the money is. Somebody say, good gosh, this is crazy. Okay, we know that shit works on gold. So where are we at now? We went through stocks, we went through funds, we went through futures, Forex. You're next. What we got on Forex? Holla at me. Go. A lot of people like to trade the Japanese joint and all that. Here's the yen. So US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Click. All right. Let's go to a different, let's go to a different time frame, 4 hours. It doesn't matter. I'm just jumping around time frame just so y'all know. Here's where we are right now, currently. Well, how do I know that this was going to happen? Well, we could just go here and just check it out. This down here, well, that's the absolute bottom. And this right here, that's the absolute top. So before this move happened right here, guess what we had? We had this absolute top and we had this absolute bottom down here. So peep game. Now I'm going to go here and I am going to look at the actual custom Fibonacci's. As we bottomed out here, notice that we came right up here. Look, we got past this 23% level, just shot right past it. But why did it stop here? That's also on the Fibonacci, 38% level. Bing! Dee, 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 dee. Found support here. Rallies up, gets to the 50% level. Boom. Rallies up, all the way up here to the 786, comes back and tests the 50% level. I need to make sure your support. Rallies up here to the old high, because this is 100% of the move before it crashed down. Rallies all the way back up here and starts getting rejected here. Currently, this is where it is now. If you're looking at the US dollar versus the Japanese yen, it's currently being rejected here at its old all-time high, which it created back here, on September the 12th. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, and these charts definitely don't lie. If it has a chart, we can make some damn money on this stuff. 100%. Well, Calvin, how do I know that this whole thing even works? Because you could just be throwing some stuff around or whatever. Well, I'll show it to you. Let's click on this, go to this 50% level. Notice here that this doesn't get strong until you find support at this 50% level. It doesn't get weak until you actually lose the 50% level here. Losing it here, gaining it here, boom. I don't know if that really works. That just sounds generic. Well, let's just go back here somewhere in this chart that, we can't even just make sense. Just go back. I don't know. We're just going to pick some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Where are we at? Right here. Cool. Where are we at? We're back here now in 2022. Cool. No problem. I don't really care. It's 2022. Let's stretch this out and let's see for ourselves. I can clearly see that this right here was the bottom. And I also can see that if that's the bottom, my absolute top was up here. Cool. If this is my top and this is my bottom, pay attention. I'm just telling you, see all of this 50% level that you lost here? Crash. See this finding support on top of the 50% level? That you get that right there. I don't care where you go. We're all the way back here now in 2022. It doesn't matter. So we know that it works. Where we at? We done went through stocks, funds, futures, Forex. We already know it works on crypto. Indices, you're up. Indices, you're up. We went through stocks, funds, futures, right? Forex. We already know it works on crypto. Indices, you're up. What you got for me? Oh, S&P 500, Nifty 50. Oh, here we go. The Nifty 50, guys, because y'all want to get some of that low cap money and stuff like that. You want to, well, not really low cap money, but US 100. Here we go. Let's look at the US 100. Bam. We want to track the US 100 when it comes to stocks and stuff like that. Woo, you want to know if they're bullish or not. Well, let's go here and let's look at a smaller time frame, something like a 15-minute chart. And let's go ahead and reset this so we can see what the deal is right here. Oh, that looks nice. I like that. Well, how would I have known what's happening here? I don't know. Let's turn on these EMA ribbons. Oh, I got it now. I see these EMA ribbons cross right here to the upside. I see that yellow line crosses over that blue line right there. So if I was wondering if the Nifty, the US 100 was going to be bullish, well, it started back here September of 2025, September 17th, because we're on a 15-minute chart now. Okay, so from there to there, let's just peep this out. Boom, this is 1.52% gain on the US 100. Damn, it's a lot of money. This was easy to see that. Now go ahead and put everything back together like you was doing and you showed us on the other charts. Go ahead and make it real for us. Okay, sure. This right here was a downtrend. Boom. We know that it broke out right here. Somebody say he's doubling down on everything now. We also know that this was a top and this right here was a bottom right here. And so if that's my top and that's my bottom, guess what I see right here? This is us getting over the 50% level right here. Notice that this area right here is your entry point. Woo! Okay. We know that it works on it. Y'all want me to keep going? I could go through everything on TradingView. Does it have a chart? Does it have a chart? You can find the money. Once you learn this skill, do you agree with me? If it's real estate, if it is stocks, if it's bond, if it is gold, if it is crypto, you 100% are in control of your wealth building experience. Let's go to bonds. Bonds, you up. You up, bonds. Got to make sure everything works. Boom. Let's click this out of here. Let's get rid of these drawings. Let's just go ahead and click out of it. Just erase drawings and indicators. Bye-bye. Okay, cool. Now we're going over here because bonds, you're up. Not berry bonds, but the bonds. Whoa, look at that. 10-year bond, 2-year, 30-year, 20-year, 5-year. Well, let's might as well go with the 10-year right here. Boom. The 10-year bonds for the government. We want to know if it's up or down. Well, let's go ahead and look at this on a weekly. Super macro. Let's go ahead and reset this chart right here. What? U.S. bonds right now, if I'm looking at this, I can tell you right now that this is a bull flag. What? It's a bull what? A bullshit? No, bull flag. This right here is a flagpole. The market just ran up abruptly like this, and it is currently doing this. That's a bull flag. And so here's what you know. On your government bonds for the 10-year yield, understand this. This is what is going to happen. Listen to this, 10-year bonds. This is a bull flag. And if you don't know what that is, let me go ahead and remind everybody so you can see this because what I'm about to show you is super cool. Okay? Super cool. Okay, bull flag. Because some people don't know what that is. Go type it into Google so you can see it with your own eyes and click on the images right here. Type in bull flag. Somebody say bull flag, not bullshit. Bull flag. The market runs up like this. Then you get this flag pole right here where the market ping pongs inside of a descending channel, waiting for it to break out on the upside. When it breaks out, normally the size of the flagpole is what the breakout looks like. Somebody say, go back to that chart again and show me again. Look. This is your U.S. government bonds on the 10-year yield, and I'm on a weekly chart, so you know this is macro. This is a bull flag, which means it has already had a rejection here, support here, rejection here, support here, rejection here. Now it is finding support on the top side of this pivot line. If it holds this and it runs up here, this is going to be a breakout. And let me explain to you again, this is the size of this pole. I just made a copy of it. You see, that's a carbon copy of that right there. When it breaks out, you're going to be looking at something like this. Somebody say, nah, yeah, charting is for real. This is a bull flag. When it breaks out, it's going to look like that. I'm saying, keep going. Keep going. Let me know if you want me to keep going. Just let me know. Let me know. Now we in bonds. So I'm just pressing this when I say, once you learn how to chart, anywhere the money is where you could be. Facts. Wherever the money is, you can be there. Keep it going. This is crazy. Okay, cool. So we know that's true. All right, cool. Let's go ahead here now. She erased all that. We don't need that. We rolling. Just get rid of 12 drawings and 0 indicators. Bye-bye. Okay, cool. That was bonds. Now economy as a whole. Let's go here to the economy. What you got for me? Oh, we're trying to see what's going on with the United States interest rates, the federal funds rate. When they get on that TV and start talking to y'all and y'all don't understand what the hell going on when the Federal Reserve is talking to you, you want to start looking where the money, what's up? What is happening with the damn economy right now? What does the United States interest rate look like? Is it up or down? Because y'all said the shit is what are we doing? Well, I can look at it right now. I can look at it right now. What do you think it is? Ugh. You tell me what you think it is. Up or down? That's on a weekly chart now. Let's go here and let's look at, an hourly chart and see what's going on hourly chart. Well, a daily chart, actually. We don't look at no hourly chart on this because we talking about the interest rate. Look at what's happening right here. We got us a nice little top, double top right here. Look at this. We got us a nice little, look at this area right here, guys. Look, here we had a problem. Boom. Support. Boom. Support. Boom. Lose support here. Ding. Rallied up here. This is teeter-totter land. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is called consolidation. Ain't really doing nothing. But then you lost and broke out of this to the downside. Got a rejection here. Downside. Look at what's happening right here. Rejection. This is the United States interest rate. I'm looking directly at it from the Federal Reserve. Wait, so the interest rates are going down, player? Yeah, I'm looking at it. Are you looking at it? I'm looking right at it. Yeah, cool, go down. The money need to get cheaper around here. Keep going. Let me know. Keep going. I got my refresher. It's a little watered down. Still got my refresher from Big Bucks. From Big Bucks. Antonio 910 said, keep going. We got one more. What we got left? Oh, options. Some of y'all like options. Okay, cool. We went through stocks, funds, futures, Forex. We know it works on crypto. Indices. I'm going to come back to crypto. Indices. We just did bonds. Economy. Options, you next. You up. It can't work on the options, bro. Sure it does. What options you want? You want options on these big boys over here? Here's the QQQ. Yeah, let's get that. Let's get that up and going. No, bruh. What is happening around here? Yeah, these are options, player. Bruh, what you want? Call options? What you want? You want puts? You want calls? You want puts? Somebody say, oh my gosh, family. Apple options, October 17th, 2025. Look, somebody say, oh my gosh. Yeah, you get it, right? Man. Fam. Somebody said, whoa. We know when options are going to expire for sure. All right, crypto, you're up. I'm about to make a splash with crypto. I'm about to make a splash. Listen, you're going to want to pay attention to this. Let me make sure the watch is not that tight. Because my pressure might go up. You know what I mean? I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Are you paying attention to what I'm about to show you? I'm about to press this now. Crypto, you up. We know we can track everything. Crypto, you're up. Watch this. Let's go back over here to the total 3 again, Calvin. Let's go back over here to maybe like the 4-hour chart real quick. And earlier in this live, you told people you had some shorts because you're charting this. This was a rejection, which pulled the market back. This is the entire crypto market, the total three, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is pretty much all your altcoins. Okay. When you get a rejection here, I just want to make it clear for you. This rejection right here pulled us all the way down. $158 billion came out. Look at today. Here's your top 200 cryptos. Today, 90+% of them are down, because when that happens, when you start snatching this type of money out the market, it's crazy. Now let's see where we are right now. We just got this rejection here. Look, pay attention. September 18th. Today is the 19th. So on the 18th, on September the 18th, yesterday, we got rejected up here. So from here to where we are right now, almost $40 billion has gotten pulled out of these altcoins. I'm looking at it today. Don't lie to me. Almost 40, look, hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions, almost 40 billion, like $38 billion has gotten snatched out of these. Because people like me, who's a real trader, ask anybody, when I was long and I was taking all that profit off the table, I took money out of my altcoins today. I took the profits off the table, which pulled the market down along with other smart traders. And now I'm shorting the market. You're not shorting the market. Well, let me ask you a question. I showed my positions earlier and I was shorting. What was my profit? What was my P&L? Let me know in the comments for anybody that wasn't here. This is where you know I can't make stuff up. I have 5 positions. I was shorting. What was the P&L? Like 250? About 250. Yeah, about 250. It ain't that no more. These are the same. When I got on this live, these are the same positions that I'm shorting, guys. It's $824 now. Well, 800, it'll fluctuate. 800. That means since I've been on this live, I'm approaching $600 profit on the live talking to you guys. And I'm still in these shorts. Wait. So you just make it all the way real when you just so real one all the way around. You did all of that and then you brought it all the way back around to crypto to show us that you up $800 now. That's what we doing. I told you I was in shorts. I told you I was short in the market. I'm going to take a sip of this Big Bucks. We're not going to argue with people, are we? On this live, like in this community that I'm a part of, that I'm orchestrating, we're not gonna argue with people, are we? Nope. We don't have time. We don't have time to argue with people. Right? If somebody tells you that they know how to do something, the thing that you gotta say is just, all you gotta do is show me. That's all. Right? That's all you gotta do. Just show me, that's all. Cool. All right. How was that for press? Now, I'm going to turn my camera around real quick because if you don't have my course, I'm going to turn my camera around and I am going to show you my website where you could go get my course so that you can take advantage of your own wealth building experience. And however you want that to look, it's up to you. Stocks, bonds, options, futures, real estate, tracking the economy as a whole, doesn't matter. Wherever the money is, that's where you can go. 100%. So, but before I do that, watch, this is how fair I am. If you enjoyed the information and you want to take that information and you want to, take it and flee, right, and do nothing else, thank you for allowing me to be part of your entrepreneurial journey. You owe me nothing. Take that information. It's real utilitarian value. You can go and use that. You can build upon it. If you want to go and grab somebody else's courses or whatever, watch somebody, it's totally fine. No problem. But if you are here and you say to yourself, I know real when I see it. I know when someone actually knows how to not only show you, look, they could tell you, but they could show you that they understand how this stuff works. That's different. especially live in front of 1,400 people. This is not a YouTube video. I didn't get a chance to practice and go to Final Cut and edit stuff and cut this and clip this out. I'm live. That means when I do this stuff, I have to know what I'm talking about. You could get caught off guard and look real silly if you know what the hell you're doing. So if I've earned the right to do business with you, now I turn my camera around and say, thank you for staying. I'm going to continue, but this is a short intermission. Do me a favor and screenshot this. This is my website, blockchainbullhorn.com. Dope logo, dope website, very professional. This is my crypto trading course. You're more than welcome to take advantage of this. If you're not ready for that, no problem. There is a crypto cheat guide here, a digital download. There have been millionaires that have been created just from the information in here. Ask anybody in the chat, they'll tell you. 2 Comma Club members because they bought this. That's ready to be downloaded on any mobile device like this. If you want the audio version because you're like, yo, I commute to work or I work out at the gym, there's a combo pack that includes an audio version if you want that. However you take advantage of these or not, it's up to you. No high pressure sales tactics over here. Just a real one, sharing information and being an entrepreneur at the same time. So if I've earned the right to do business with you, I do have products. If I have not earned the right to do business with you, that's okay. We know. I have not done a couple things. You don't know me yet, you don't like me, or you don't trust me, or all three. That's how it works. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. So it just means I have a little bit more work to do. And that's totally fine with me. I understand that. The internet is wild. The internet is wild. All right. Somebody said, can you reduce the price since it's online? No. Are you kidding me? The information inside of that course is making millionaires. I am not reducing it. It's actually underpriced. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not even joking. I don't want to sound like, like cocky on that or anything like that, but I'm just telling you, that is a skill that when you learn it, you actually have, you have access to all the wealth. It's not some shit that you're going to get by going to an HBCU straight up or PWI straight up. This is something they are not teaching there. And yet most of you have debt and Sally Mae's in your mailbox every single month. You're not even doing what you went to school for and still in debt. Be honest with me. This right here, that's actually inexpensive. I gotta be honest with you. I know this because I know people who went to HBCUs who did 20 and 30 years in the military and they still don't have this skill. It's back to struggle town. I'm just being honest. Somebody said, put it on a firm. I don't believe in doing that, right? We're talking about building wealth and you want to have a payment plan and stuff like that. No, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in payment plans and putting stuff on layaway and all of that stuff. No, I don't want to do any of that. I'm doing any of that. Eric said, $500 course made me 4K this week. Now I need to go back and learn more to get confident on shorting. Eric, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I mean, and I'm not going to even share a whole bunch of that stuff, but just Eric down there, people will tell you that turned $500 and made $4,000 this week. Guys, you have access to where all the money is. You will know how it works. You literally will know how the money is moving around in the world. If you don't know and don't learn this skill, you're left out. The door is shut. I got a better way to show it to you. It's not what you're expecting, though. But I got you, though. I got a better way to show it to you. Here we go. Okay. If you don't learn this, This is what the world is doing to you when it comes to building wealth. I just want to make a visual for it. I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. Okay? I want to earn $5,000, $4,000 in 1 week. Yeah, there you go. No. They're going to slam the door in your face. What are you talking about? How about you put your money in the bank in savings so we can pay you 0.01% interest rate? I'm going to push that. I think I haven't done this in a while, so I think it's about time for me to press it. Stick around here for the next 10 minutes. You will understand what I'm saying. It's going to be very, very, very clear what I'm saying to you. Right. You see. You're about to see right now in front of everybody. Okay, let's do this. This is about to be something that most of you, you're not going to, once you get the information, you're not going to like it. It's not that you're not going to like me. Because remember, I'm working on know, like, and trust. So I'm going to share a piece of information with you that I'm going to give you the information. You may not like it, but you'll like me, right? You have to trust it because you're going to be able to duplicate everything that I show you. And you're learning to know me now. You're getting to know me now. So I'm working on know, like, and trust here for everybody else. So I'm just going to show you something that is, I'm going to let you do this for yourself. Please believe what I'm about to say to you is absolutely true. Every single number that I share with you and every piece of information I give you right now is 100% accurate. You can't say that. No, I can. You ready? Here we go. Here we go. In front of everybody. We got about 1,300 people here, 1,300 people. This is companiesmarketcap.com. I'm walking you through the whole thing so that you can go here and duplicate this in your own house, in your own comfort. Companiesmarketcap.com. I want you to go here to this drop-down box, this arrow, and I want you to click rankings by categories. I want you to come over here to banks. Click banks. Largest banks and bank holding companies by market cap. There's almost $13 trillion sitting in banks across the world. Men lie, women lie. This is the total market cap. So these numbers are real. I'm just giving you everything real. Close to $13 trillion across banks worldwide. Okay? Look at the banks. You probably know some of these banks. You probably have some money and capital in some of these banks, right? Okay, cool. Now, the number one bank in the world, which also happens to be the number one bank in the United States, is JP Morgan Chase. $865 billion market cap. I'm only keeping it real with you. This is the number one bank in the world, and it's also the number one bank in the United States of America. I always make the joke. You're called Bank of America, but you're not. This is the real Bank of America. See? Double your market cap. This is the real Bank of America. Sorry, player. Okay? Change your name to something else because this is the real Bank of America. Okay. So let's go here. And why am I showing you JP Morgan Chase? What does that even mean? Well, if you come over here to chase.com, okay? If you come over here to chase.com, you'll notice something. What do you notice? That this is Chase Savings. Remember, this is the number one bank in the world, period. Under their savings and interest, they tell you right here, for all balances, look, for those of you who play Scrabble, this doesn't say most, many, or some. It says all balances. You're not special. Annual percentage yield, or APY, 0.01%. Now, some of you who maybe didn't pass your math class or something like that, it's all good. You think that this is 1%. It is not. If you have $10,000 that you saved in this bank and they're paying you times 0.01, you have to hit the percent sign. That is 1/100th of a percent, which means that $10,000 sitting in this bank over a 12-month period is going to yield you about $1. And because this is APY, you have to divide that $1 by 12 months. You are effectively earning about 8 cents a month on $10,000 sitting in their bank. Now, before I press that further, is that true? Yes or no? I'm going to press this, but I just need to check your temperature real quick. Is that true? Yes or no? I'm looking for some no's, by the way. I just need one no is all I need. Somebody like that. Your math is all player. That ain't right. No. Somebody said no because money losing value. Well, that's still a yes. Okay, we got one no in there. We got a couple no's. For everyone who said no, I get an opportunity to educate you for a second. It is true. You think it's not, but I'm going to show you something. I'm going to turn my camera around and press this on you again. You see, if you had $10,000 and this was 1%, it would look like this. $10,000 times 1%, it looks like this, 0.01. No percent behind it. We just hit the percent. That yields you $100. The difference between $100 and $1 is, you get it, right? But I don't believe you, bro. Who are you? People do business with people they know, like, and trust. Okay, cool. You might not know, like, and trust me. You ever heard of Discover? You know, like Discover Card? Well, they have a nice little video here on YouTube. You can go look it up. It says, how does savings account interest work? Now, I'm going to turn this up so you can hear how this works, because you might not trust me. So you're going to get an opportunity to learn how this really works today from my live.
So what is interest? Put simply, it's the cost of borrowing something. In this case, money.
Okay.
So depending on who's doing the lending and who's doing the borrowing,
all right, talk to
you may
me.
be paying interest.
Okay.
Or earning interest.
Pay attention.
When you deposit your cash into a bank, they pay you interest for borrowing your money.
Okay, now, here's what I know. We're going to continue this, but banks work off what's called fractional reserve banking, which means if you put $1 in the bank, they can lend up to $8 or $9. Fractional reserve banking. They don't even have to have the $8 or $9 in the bank. They can take your $1 and lend up to 8 or 9 times that, and they call it fractional reserve banking. But that's neither here nor there. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's continue.
All banks tell you the interest rate you'll earn as an annual percentage yield,
okay,
or APY.
Okay.
This rate matters, even for products like savings accounts, because rates can vary significantly.
Whoa. Look at the graphics. This is 1% right here. This is not 1% right here. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what? A tenth of this. This is 100th% of this. I'm just making sure you understand the difference when it comes to math. Let's continue.
Some savings account interest rates are as low as 1/100%.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Did you? Time out, player. Hold on. Don't rush it. This is 1/100%. Wait. 1% divided by 0.0. Look. 1% divided by 0.01%. Look what happens when I hit the equal button. Oh shit, it's 100. So that's true. This is 1/100%. Let's keep going.
While others are as high.
No. Because y'all ain't feeling me. I'm going back to this drawing board over here because people don't know how to math. So if you got $10,000 sitting in the bank and they're paying you 0.01%, which is 1/100%, it is $1 a year. Let's continue.
It's 1%. Say you had a $5,000 balance in your account.
Okay.
The difference between 1/100% and 1% is 50 cents in interest versus $50.23 over the course of a year.
We don't believe you. We don't believe you.
How do banks calculate this interest?
Calculate
Let's assume you keep that same $5,000 in your savings account.
All right, it's in there.
And the bank pays 1% APY.
Talk to me.
At the end of the first month, you would earn $4.17 in interest.
No, I don't believe you. Time out, player. I got $5,000 in the bank. Ain't no damn way I'm making no $4 and no shit. What are you talking about? Well, $5,000, right, times 1%, right, is $50. Right. What the hell are you talking about? But it's annual percentage yield. You have to divide that by 12 months. So wait a minute. Divided by 12 months. Hold on. Shit. This 6 makes this a 7. That's where the 417 comes in. I passed math, I promise you. Let's keep going. Here we go. This is money. This is how money works.
Which is then added to the balance of your savings account. You continue to earn interest on your balance. And as your balance grows each month, so does your monthly interest. This is
Okay, let's stop. Okay. Let's get back to what I was saying. So if you have $10,000 sitting in the bank, and the number one bank in the world is paying you 0.01% interest rate, it's not up for an argument whether it's going to be $1 a year. It is that, which divided by 12 is about 8 cents a month. You're not going to get rich no time soon. Here's what I know. Wait for it. This is really going to sting here. Have you ever used one of those tellers that's not in your bank's network? You know, like you're out at a ball game or something, or Chris Brown concert or Taylor Swift concert or whatever, Beyonce Beehive concert, you know, and you don't really have no cash, but you need to get some now because, you know, the bar is only accepting cash or whatever. And you take your card and you put it in that teller and you need to get some money. And they say, well, you know, hey, I know you bank with Chase, but this is Wells Fargo or this is whatever, right? Truist. They're going to charge you what? $3, $4. That's what that bank charges you. Your bank, which is pissed off that you ain't getting the money out they teller, they charge you an additional $2 or $3. You just got charged somewhere between $5 and $6 for making that transaction. Now, wait a minute. If you got $10,000 sitting in the bank and you're earning 0.01% interest rate, and that's $1 a year on that, but you just use a teller, you just went backwards about 400% when it comes to building wealth. Now, I don't believe you when you say 400%. You out of control. Well, let's see. Look, $5 divided by $1 is what? 5. So you just went back about 500% backwards. You talking about building, the bank don't tell you this? You wait a minute. You got money in the bank and you think that you getting rich. I got 10,000 in the bank. You just went back 500% when it comes to building wealth. And you don't even calculate it because you so want to get that damn drink from the bar that you willing to pay the damn fee. You just cost yourself 500%. I don't know if there's awards on TikTok for people that educate people to get them, but this channel right here need a damn award. Stop! Stop. Is this information true? What I'm saying to you, I told you that everything I said to you was going to be true. You don't have to like the information, but do you like me for telling you the information? It gets worse. It cannot get worse than that. Sure it can. Sure it can. The average inflation rate in the world is what? Not in the United States, in the world. The global average inflation rate was approximately 5.76% in 2024. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that every time you use one of those tellers, you're going backwards with building wealth 400 and 500%. And globally, everything you got that you're trying to buy is going up an average of like 5%. What does that mean? You can have $10,000 sitting in the bank and you think like, man, at least I ain't lose no money. I got 10,000 in the bank. Yeah, you do. But it doesn't have the same purchasing power. Everything just went up 5% on average, which means it's fake numbers in your account. It says 10,000, but it can't buy $10,000 worth of shit. It's less money in the account. Say it again, because I'm not understanding, bro. Say it again. On paper, it says 10,000. But when you go to spend it, it can't buy what it could buy a year ago. Everything is more expensive. Which means, again, you went backwards when it comes to building wealth. Every time you use a teller, every time you do something and you can't beat inflation, you just going backwards. You got to learn how to invest. You have to learn how to chart. I showed you where the money was. Options, futures, forex, bonds, the economy as a whole, crypto. They all got charts. If you don't know how to chart, which means puts you in position to trade, you are going to get beat every single time. The world is just going to beat you. It's going to just beat you. What are you doing? I say this all the time to people. Who's newly married or engaged? This is not going to be no crazy stuff. This is good stuff. Just raise your hand. This is going to be a blessing. I promise you, I'm going to bless you. Who's newly married or engaged? Anybody? Blanker. I only need one person. Couple people. Matrix. Yeah. Here's what you need to understand. Don't know who the counselor was before you got married. Most of the time, you have some type of counseling. Parents, auntie, uncle that's been married for 50 years, pastor. Doesn't really matter. Some form of counsel. Don't know what they told you, but they probably told you, you need to communicate and, all that, right? There's going to be a 5 or 7 year itch though, you know what I'm saying? But I have it. Okay, all that shit is generic. Here's what you need to know. There's going to come a time that you're going to be questioning, where's the money? Where the cash at? If you make $100,000 a year, she makes $100,000 a year, and y'all go and buy a house, and y'all buy some cars, and y'all have some kids, and everything is all good for the first 3 or 4 or 5 years. Everything looks good. But you're wondering why. How come it seemed like we ain't really moving forward? How come it seemed like we moving backwards, and then y'all get to arguing a little bit or start getting a little bit agitated? You know what I'm saying? Well, why you get your hair done so much? I'm getting my hair done at the same time. Well, why you get hair cut so much? I've been getting cut every week. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Why you got to go to every single game for the Falcons or whatever? I got season tickets to every home game going. What are you talking about? Y'all start having these little quirks. Why? Because inflation is going up every year. Y'all are using those tellers out there, whatever. Maybe every now and then you had a late fee here or there or something like. You're not increasing your salary, right, to beat inflation. You're not increasing your salary enough to beat those fees that you keep getting hit with. So now you're making the same amount of money, but it can't buy the same amount of stuff. You're going backwards and you don't realize it. So now you start bumping heads. You think that it's the wife. You think she out there spending way too much money. Ma'am, you think it's the husband. You think he tricking on the side or something. He's not. He is in love with you. Ma'am, he's in love. Sir, she's not doing nothing. It's the same. You just don't understand the economic value of it now. The money's still the same. It can't buy the same shit that you bought when y'all first got together. You don't know how to invest, so you don't have the same purchasing power. So while everything started off bossed up, the first year, second year, you know what I'm saying? We outside, you see us outside, look at the bench. What? The third and fourth year, you don't realize that the money is going backwards and you start running into a problem. You're not keeping up with inflation. A lot of people won't tell you that. You actually think that it's the spouse or the fiance or something like that. No, it's not. It's the system. It's designed to constantly push you backwards so that you get tired and be like, well, you only came out with a bachelor's degree. You got to go get a doctorate, baby. Baby, I'm just saying you got to go back to school. Shit. You got to get an extra job or something, man. What you talking about? I ain't thinking no damn job, you know what I'm saying? You need to go get an extra job. No, I'm just saying though, you know what I'm saying? You know I can't do it. I'm telling you, I understand the assignment. If you here and you're trying to figure out why the hell you making all that money and it just seem like you just spinning your wheels, is because you don't understand macroeconomics and you don't understand money. It's okay to admit that, because you got to get this information. You can't go forward until you do it. You got to understand it. So you got to know how to invest, right? You got to have some type of asset that appreciates well over inflation. You got to have assets that increase, right, well over you getting those fees and stuff like that. And then you got to be aware of those fees. I can't use this. I can't use this teller. No. Because if you going to charge me $3-4 over here and they going to charge me $3-4, I can't go back $400-500 because I want to get this strawberry Hennessy over here, though. You know what I'm saying? This old fashioned. This Moscow Mule, though. You know what I'm saying? I be looking at people a lot of times. I be like, sometimes I just sit back. I go somewhere like a game or something like that, and I be sitting at the bar, and then I look at the teller, and I just watch people go to the teller, and I be like, 400-500%, 400-500%. God damn, 400-500%, 400 going backwards. I'm like, damn. I'm like, that's as expensive as the Moscow Mule. I promise you that. Oh, that Heineken that you got, my boy. That did not. You're already getting high grossed anyway, $6, $7, $8. I was like, that shit right there cost you about $200. You just bought a $200 Heineken, my boy. Heineken. Y'all out here buying $200 Heineken's out here. Y'all just serious. That's funny, but y'all, do you understand me? You understand me? So I'm gonna give you another piece of advice. I haven't shared this information in a minute, but I feel like it's somebody here that needs to have it, right? Let me help you out to start getting ahead right off the rip. Now, go look this up. I'm just going to give you a quick little overview. Some people need to hear this. For those of you who have a mortgage, stop paying the mortgage, right? Listen, stop paying it all and just like, if it's due on the first of the month, stop paying it on the first of the month. Like just all of it. What? You tell me don't pay my damn mortgage? Bad advice. Listen, you didn't let me finish. Why don't you listen on the 15th of the month? Why don't you pay half of it on the 15th? And then pay the other half on the first. Why would you do that? Because you're cutting down the interest. You know you could do that on your car note too. If your car note is due on the first of every month, once you pay half of it on the 15th, pay the other half on the first, you will cut. Listen, if you finance this car for 5 years, you will pay this car off in like 3.5 tops. I'm dead serious. If you have a 30-year mortgage and you're doing what I'm telling you, and you add an extra payment on that, at the end of the year, you'll pay your mortgage off in like 20 years, if that, or probably even less. Because you don't let the interest compound and accrue. You're cutting down the interest. I'm keeping it real. For those of you who are real mavericks, right? Let's just say your mortgage was $1,500 a month. Pay $1,550. So not only are you paying it twice, right, meaning the whole, but you're dividing it up, cutting into the interest immediately, but then you're actually adding $50 on the principal. And at the end of the year, you make an extra payment. You will you will cut that mortgage down from 30 to 20 so fast. It's not even funny. That's why people don't understand money. When you go to a dealership and they be like, well, how many months you work? You want 60 months, 72 months? You're like, I've been told that I don't need to get the 60 though. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, the 72, I'm going to pay extra. Well, you're going to pay extra if you pay your monthly payment every single month when it's due and nothing extra, and you don't pay it twice. If you got $500 payment, pay $250 on the 15th, pay $250 on the first when it's due, and then throw an extra $50 on it or extra $25 on it. You might have signed a contract that says 72 months. It ain't going to be 72 months before you pay that bitch off. No. No. What could you do with that extra money, by the way, too, that you saving yourself? I don't know. Put it in the market, become rich. I don't know. I'm just saying. What? Player. I'm only, listen, if you don't know this stuff, you don't even have to have no extra money. You just got to become a better manager of your money. You know you already got to pay the mortgage. You know you already got to pay the car note. You're just managing it different to cut into the interest to keep it from compounding on you. Go look it up. Go look. Same money that you're making right now. That means no extra hours on the job, no extra nothing. You about to start climbing out of debt real fast. Same money you're making right now. Now, if you take that and you add something extra onto it, extra hours at the job, better management of not going and getting, money out of a different teller to where it's charging you fees over here, fees over here. Now, you watching that you don't get no late fees. You ain't getting no insufficient funds, stuff like that. You're going to start finding just with the same money that you're making right now, you're about to start putting yourself in position to be financially free, straight up out of debt too. If you're out of debt and you got extra capital, that means you have extra cash flow and capital to put in the market. This is just becoming a better manager of what you already have. This don't count other stuff. This is just managing what you have right now. Go look it up. Trust me. Go look it up. Now let me add something else to that. Most of y'all right now, you're paying a lot of stuff and it's hitting, it's getting paid from your debit card. It's paying from your debit card, okay? Stop it. What are you talking about? Stop it. Why are you paying these bills with your debit card? Let's just say you got, again, $1,000 worth of bills that you got to pay every single month. And you're doing that. You're managing it. You're doing well. Congratulations. Add what I told you and you'll be better. But you already know you got to have $1,000 worth of bills you got to pay. Why are you paying those bills with your debit card? Why are you not paying it with your credit card? See, this is what I knew you was going to fail somewhere, dog. I knew you was going to fail somewhere. I'm not. Why are you not paying with your credit card? Because I don't want to go into debt, player. What do you mean? What are you talking about? You know you got to pay $1,000 worth of bills every single month. It's coming off and paying your debit card. Let it hit the credit card. And then pay the credit card off at the end of the month. It's the same $1,000 that you had. You're just becoming a better manager. But what's the benefit to that? Well, for one, it's going to keep you from having any late fees that you have. If you're not been managing your money and been late on your bills and shit like that, let it hit the credit card. It will never be late. So you automatically eliminated any late fees. Somebody say he's talking that talk. So no more late fees. That's done. Well, what other benefit do I have here or whatever? Your credit card gives you rewards. You're collecting rewards and stuff like that, which does what? Allow you to not spend actual fiat currency, right? You're getting some discounts and stuff like that. So now you have a little bit more money just because you're doing this a different way. Somebody say, now it's the same money, but all of a sudden I feel like I got it in my pocket now. Shit. Well, what else? Well, you're building up your credit too. You might have a credit card. The credit card right now might only be a $10,000 limit. You do the way that what I'm telling you to do and pay it off at the end of the month, that's going up. You know you can request that it go up too every 6 months too. You go from 10,000 to 15,000, 15,000, 20,000, all the way up to 30. The next thing you know, you look up, you have $50,000. Well, why do I want to do that anyway? What do you mean? If you have $50,000, you actually can borrow someone else's money to do something else. You don't have to do it with your money. You can go build things with other people's money. That's what the big boys do. That's what Apple does. They're not in consumer debt. They take other people's money and go buy other assets that are going to grow, and they go buy other things using other people's money, not their money. It's not called consumer debt. It's leveraged debt. Well, what do you mean? Let's just say you have 50,000, 100,000 on a credit card. Well, you could go buy another asset that appreciates in value. You could do that. You know, something like a duplex, 2 units. What can you do? You can charge $2,000 a unit now. You have an appreciating asset. So you bought the duplex, which is real estate, which appreciates in value, and you're also charging $2,000 a month for those 2 units. So you have $4,000 in cash flow. Well, what can you do with the cash flow? Take some of that money, start paying off what you borrowed, leverage debt. You're paying that back, and now you have cash flow and an appreciating asset. Well, don't you got to pay taxes on that? No. What do you mean? You can't tax leverage debt. Go look it up. This is what the rich people do. They borrow money from other people, go buy assets, and you can't even tax them on it. It's leverage debt. Is there anybody here that wants to tell me that this is the true or not? Is this true, yes or no? Is this true, yes or no? It is. Apple's in debt. Google's in debt. All your big boys, they're in tens of billions of dollars worth of debt. But it's not the debt that you have. It's not, they're not out here buying Louis Vuitton belts and Yves Saint Laurent. Richard Milles. No. I'll say it again. They're not out here buying Gucci belts, Yves Saint Laurent, Richard Mille. No. It's not consumer debt. Somebody said, oh, he pronounced that correct. Richard Mille. It's not no Richard Mille. What? That sounds like some rap shit. It's not. It's Richard Mille. How do you know? How do you know that's what it is? I don't know. All right, listen. We had to do that today. We had to run over that information. Yeah, let me ask you a question. This information I gave you, right? Sending it back to what I was talking to about charting and stuff like that. And does this sound real? Or this sound like, man, it sound fugazi? Or this sound like, man, bro, thank you, sir, let me know, for real. Let me check the temperature in the room. Yeah. I see it, Sarah. It's crazy right there. Have you seen Astrodex? No. The Alpha Unk. It's Alpha Unk. Yeah. Hello. Is this really you live? Yeah. I'm reading your question at 11:01 p.m. Yes. Dean C. Wally. It's me. I'm live. Hey, Unk. I was working, so I came in late. How's BTC looking? It's down like I said it would be the other day. It met resistance, like I said, and it's pulling back. Somebody said, please say it again. No. So I'm just going to recap it. My course teaches charting. The charting that you learn in my course, which is for crypto, because that's y'all want to learn charting for crypto because it's the most volatile asset and it moves very fast and the gains are crazy. But once you learn that skill, it works on any asset on TradingView that has a chart. And that's what I showed everybody. Futures, options, the economy, bonds, whatever. It works on everything. If it has a chart, you can chart it. That means you have access to wherever the money is. Gold, it doesn't matter. Right? Okay, cool. So, in addition to that, you guys have to stop destroying your wealth building experience. You got to stop destroying it. You take advantage of it. You got to learn macroeconomics and you got to be smarter with your money. Even the money that you have now, it's not about being rich in order to make these decisions. I've said this plenty of times and it didn't come from me. It came from somebody that's way smarter than me. One of my OGs. It was like, I can take someone and now I'm at the level where I can do this. So I'm saying this now. I could take someone that is in this live right now. I could take a janitor that makes $25,000, right? And take someone who makes $200,000 that doesn't understand money. I take the janitor, I blow past the $200,000 a year person. We do this in 6 months. You understand, Chance? Give me the janitor that makes $25,000. He's going to beat the person that makes $250,000 a year that don't understand money. We're going to do it in 6 months. If you understand macroeconomics and you understand how to trade and you know how to leverage and compound your money, it don't take long. Not at all. That's what the recapping of this stuff is. You got to understand how powerful this when you look at these cryptos, some of y'all disrespect. I'm not going to look at you because I don't want you thinking that I'm talking. Some of you, I'm looking over here because I'm going to just show you this in a minute. Some of y'all disrespect these cryptos when they go up. Let me just go here to a week and go to my crypto stuff right here, my trade assets. When y'all look at these assets, right, y'all disrespect these things when they move. You think it's a game. If they move up 1 or 2%, you're not excited about it. You don't have a fire in your belly. I dare you. That's some disrespect. That's disrespectful. When you see these assets move up 2, 3, 4, 5, 10% in a day, that's so disrespectful. Let me show you how disrespectful this is. Average stock APY return. Oh, I'm just curious on this. I'm just curious. I already know the answer. I'm being very dramatic right now. Look. Just so you know, the historical average for annual stock market return as measured by the S&P 500 index is generally around 10% before inflation and closer to 6% after adjusting for inflation. So while everybody, including your financial advisor, likes to give you this bullshit number, it's not 10%, it's 6%. Now, let me turn my camera around here because we finna get real. I'm not going to look at you. Your financial advisor that you hired is telling you that the money that you have in your 401k and all that is 10%. No, it's not. He's not adjusting for inflation. It's like 6%. Okay? It's like 6%. And if you out there using those tellers and getting all them fees and all of that stuff or whatever, you're not even making no money. Don't pull it out early. That's what she said. Don't pull it out early because then you got to pay taxes on it. So you're just losing all the way around. Your money is just tied up and people are using your money that you keep putting in every single week and every month. They're using your money to get stupid rich, and you, sir and ma'am, are really not moving anywhere. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking over here. I don't want you to think I'm talking directly to you. You're not building wealth at all. It's smoke and mirrors. It's smoke and mirrors. Now, it's smoke and mirrors. Okay, now let's continue. Then you got the financial advisor. I'm going to get to my point here in a minute because I want to show you cryptos in a minute. Then you got the financial advisor who tells you, well, I'm going to manage your money and help you build wealth, and I'm only going to charge you 1%. You'd be like, 1%, that's it? It's just 1%. Oh, man, I can do that. You're so nice. I'm going to tell all my friends about you. Tell all your friends. I'll charge all of them just 1%. No, ma'am. No, sir. What you need to do is pay that person by the hour. If you let them manage your portfolio at 1% and your portfolio starts building wealth, it's 1% across the board. That could end up costing you $250,000 to $500,000. Facts. You pay that person by the damn hour. You do not let them manage your shit at 1%. Stop it. Now, I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking over here. Remember, I'm supposed to be looking over here. I'm not even talking. Don't do that. Okay, now, back to these cryptos, which people like to disrespect. We already proved in front of everybody that the number one bank in the world is Chase, which pays 0.01% APY, which is 1/100%. $10,000 in the bank, $1 a year is what you're making. Divided by 12, 8 cents a month. We already proved that as a fact. No need to look that up. That's a fact. We already established that. Okay. So, and that takes a year. That takes a year for that. The stock market, the S&P 500, let's go here, and I just want to look at the S&P 500 because I want to make sure that y'all don't think that the S&P 500 is just something that's just got some fugazi BS, companies in it. Let's go here and let's look at this. Do you mind? This is your banking stuff right here. But the stock market has bigger companies. I'm just gonna name some of them because I'm Apple, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, right? Facebook, Tesla, blah 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 blah. You're gonna get an average of about 6%. You have to adjust for inflation. Okay, cool. So watch this. Before the blockchain came along, tell me if this is true. I got an audience here. Tell me if this is true. Before the blockchain came along, Bitcoin and the rest of these cryptos, if you wanted to build wealth, you had to do it in stocks, bonds, and real estate. And majority of the people built it with stocks. They had to accumulate the interest. It had to compound, and it took a long time. Yes, it's bigger in the later years, but it takes 10, 20, 30 years for that to really compound. It's the eighth wonder of the world, I promise you. Compound interest. But the average is 6%, right? It would take a whole year for you to make 6% on your money. A whole year. We have to establish this first because you're going to stop disrespecting these damn cryptos. I just said to you before crypto and the blockchain came along, the people that were building wealth on Wall Street and everywhere else was getting an average of about 6%. Well, they're a little bit better than you. They would actually get around 10 because they know how to get around taxes and all of this stuff. So they was getting actually about 10. But you, about 6. You don't know how to adjust for inflation. Yeah. So, 6 to 10. Is that true? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So now then, let's go here and let's look at these cryptos that people like to disrespect. Let's look at the top 100 cryptos and let's see how they have performed over the last 30 days. Okay. The 30 days. Right? Wrong. This is 1 hour. If you go to 30 days, it looks like this. Now, I want to pull a calculator out because y'all going to stop disrespecting these cryptos. When I pull this calculator out and we go to something like Chronos here with 59.9%, and you divide that by 0.01%, which is what a savings account pays you, anybody who had this in the last 30 days has built wealth, wait for it, 5,900 times faster than you. Now let's go to the stock market. The stock market pays an average of 6% on your money a year, divided by, look, 0.01 savings. If you have your money, do you see what's going on here? If you have your money in the stock market, you're building wealth about 6 times faster. Only about 6, guys. Just look at this. We got to go. We actually got to go 6%. I'm tripping. 6% divided by 0.01%. I got to add those other zeros on there so you can feel me. Anybody who had their money in the stock market is building wealth 600 times faster than somebody who has their money in a savings account. I'm trying to show you the difference here. Listen, in crypto, Kronos did 60% in 30 days. That's about 6,000 times faster building wealth, and it happened in 30 days. If you have your money in the stock market, on average, you're only building wealth 600 times faster than someone who has their money in what? A savings account. Well, now we're going to go here and we're going to put the stock market up against these cryptos. I'm just curious. If we go here and we look at this for the last month here, on average here, we're going to say somewhere around, because you got to take in conjunction this and these. So we're going to say somewhere around an average of probably from all of this around 10%. Look, this is around 10%. Okay. Some of y'all going to say, it's not a big deal, bro. I'm getting 6%. I'm getting 6% from my stocks in a year. And you're not beating me by that much, bro. Only around about 10. No, you forgot. This is 30 days. If we look at this apples to apples for a year, you're way out of the pocket, bro. These cryptos, which are in the top, these are the top 100 cryptos. They have performed like this over a year. That's way larger than 6%. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. I'm just telling you. You're not beating people who have their stuff in crypto. Just telling you. So, should you be disrespecting crypto when it moves 4 or 5% in a day? No. Because that is 400 or 500 times more wealth building experience than someone who has their money in a savings account. And if it moves 4 or 5 days, 4 or 5% in freaking a day, and it takes a year to get that type of money in a stock market where you're building wealth 365 days faster on average. You take that stuff across the board, man. These cryptos do crazy amounts of money. You want me to look at my trade accounts? Let me show you those ones. Somebody say, uh-oh. Let me show you the cryptos that I trade. Let's see how they perform in a month. These are my trade assets. These are the ones that I trade. Let's look at them for the year. But these things are down. Oh, you're going to love this answer. I can see some people right here. Bruh, you trying to front, you trying to flex and stuff like that, but you got all of these ones up here, and then you got all of those red. I wouldn't even show that. You know what I'm saying? That's where this, you got him. Got him. No, you didn't. Because as a trader, when you see the big green bubbles, it means we went long and made money going to the upside. When you see the red bubbles, it means that we were shorting the market. We made money going up the market and back down the market. It doesn't matter what those bubbles look like. I could be damn colorblind and it wouldn't damn matter. The money is being made going up and down. The colors don't matter. In fact, let me just make it better for let me make, because this is too emotional for y'all. To see all of this right here, that's just too emotional. Let me just click on this year right here for these trade assets. Let me click on, you don't need to see that bubble. You don't need to see that. You don't need to see the color because the shit don't matter. As a trader, it don't matter. We make money going up and down. Doesn't matter. Did you just turn the bubbles black and white, fam? Yeah, because it don't matter. Y'all too emotional seeing green and red. No. We need to turn that different color. Don't matter. That was ball. That was legit. Y'all gotta be honest with that. That was crazy. Let's turn it back because y'all be see y'all react to colors. We react to numbers. I mean, well, you can color by number too, because I remember when we was in school. I could have been a comedian on the side. Low key, I could have been a comedian. Listen, y'all care about the colors, we care about the numbers, and some of y'all like, I mean, but what about colors by number though? Yeah, whatever you want to, however you want to call it, man. However you want to call it, color by numbers or whatever. Just know we get into the bag. Seriously, man. Somebody said, "Oh, what would be your side gig?" So somebody said, "Oh, that would be your side gig for sure." Yeah, I can get on stage and carry a mic, you know what I'm saying, and reel off a couple jokes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Keep the live audience, man. Yeah, I love it. Henry, I believe that yeah, that's a true statement. Someone lost 160K. Somebody said someone lose 160K following you. This coming in from Vic. Vic 23 times 2 said someone lose. This from, I guess they're from overseas. Or you said someone, and you net the instead of the E to T lost 160K. I mean, what kind of what statement is that, bro? What kind of statement? Because they couldn't have lost that following me. They lost that based off of their knowledge or the lack thereof for what they did in the market. $160,000. What was the position? No, see, I like addressing everything. Pin that there. See, I don't run away from comments like that. I love comments like that. Pin that comment from Vic. All right, Vic, what was their position? What asset was they in? Was they day trading, swing trading, or was they trying to scalp the market? What type of leverage did they use? What type of stop loss did they have? Was it a trailing stop loss or a hard stop loss? Like, what do we... You just can't make a generic statement like that because all of those variables come into play. How long have they been trading? Right? $160,000 is a lot of money. Like, why was it even 160? Let me see if I can make it play for you. Vic, I got you in front of everybody. No, my boy, I got you. I'm gonna make it real for Vic. Somebody say we're gonna make it real for Vic. By the way, when I do stuff like this, it's only to impress everybody else. It's not really for Vic. It's for everybody else. For everybody else in Vic, here we're gonna make it real. Lost 160K. This is where the response is getting ready to come to that. You're gonna love it. This is like Men's Warehouse. You're gonna like the way this look. All right, so let's go here. Lost 160. Okay, cool. I'm gonna grow here and I'm gonna make it super real. Watch. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna make it real. Ooh. I'm gonna make it real. Real. About to make it real. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing, and I'm gonna turn my camera around. I'm gonna push this money right here, right, which is being held in my funding account, and I'm gonna push it over to my. Okay, boom. Okay, and now I'm gonna go over here from my funding account, go into a sub account, and I'm gonna click transfer. No, I'm serious. I'm about to show you in front of everybody because people play too much. I'm gonna take it to funding, push it over to spot, sub account, midterm. I'm gonna go here from this spot account, right? And I'm gonna push it over to my trade account, and I'm gonna push $100,000 over there. This is real money. I'm gonna transfer that right now into the midterm account, 100 G's. I'm gonna go to my futures account now. Let's see if that $100,000 is over there. I like to black out, so let's just gonna black that out. Okay, cool. Somebody say, "Oh man," so yeah, are you looking? Hey, are you paying attention to this or no? Okay, so we're gonna go over here, We're going to switch accounts, switch, and we're going to switch it to this midterm. Boom. Switching it to midterm. Okay, boom. There's $100,000 over here now. Real money. Because see, people like to play like they saying they do. This is 100 G's. Child's play, no problem. Now you say your man's lost 160. Why? Did he put the whole 100 G's up? Here's what he could have did. Let's take this and let's put this on a 10X. You know, we're going to confirm that. Okay. And this is Bitcoin. And we're going to go here and we start a limit order, right? We're going to start a limit order way down here. Okay. Now I'm going to go down here and start a limit order, but this is what I'm going to do. I want $160,000 position, which you said your man's lost. But that's only going to cost me about 16 G's. He put his whole money up. I'm gonna buy this right now. Limit order. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go here, copy this, because I don't want to actually do. And I'm gonna go here now. I'm gonna paste this here. Bing. Now I'm gonna click buy. Confirm. Okay. So what do I have here now? I have $160,000 limit order set. Bitcoin, if you come down here to 114,967, I'm going to have $160,000 position, right? With $83,920 still in my account. So what am I saying here? What the hell was your man's doing to lose $160,000? What was his position? What type of leverage did he use? What asset was he in? Was he day trading, swing trading, or trying to scalp the damn market? What did the stop loss look like? People play too much. Oh, that's 100 G's, man. I play around with 100 G's like it's damn $10. All right, stop playing with me. All right, let's keep going. Let's go something else. Are you gonna add trailing stop loss to the course, big bro? I could, you know what I'm saying? Please show the chart page with the trading time frame. Hey, listen, guys. Time out for a second. All jokes aside, when you get to a level where you have 100 grand or more in a trading account, lights out. And you might think like, well, everybody don't got 100,000. You start off with $100. And you take $100 and you build that to 500. And you take the 500 and you build it to 1,000. You take the 1,000 and you build that to 2,500. You just keep compounding your money. Eventually you get to a point to where you have that type of capital sitting in a trade account. And guess what you have for the rest of your life? The skill to continuously turn stuff into 100 G's. Do you know how compounding works? Well, if I wanted to make 100 grand, all I need to do is take $10,000, put it on a 10X, and put it into an asset and wait for it to hit 50%. Immediately, I've made $50,000, and I just need to do that twice. In case you think these cryptos don't do 50%, they do that shit and they sleep. Wait, so that all that happened and you still had 90 grand worth of capital sitting on the sideline? Yeah. You never put yourself in a position to blow your trade account up. What? Then you work hard to get to where you was. Why would you put up everything? It's ridiculous. Somebody said, like, put the videos all in the way. All right, listen. Was that information like legit or not? Because, you know, if I'm selling a course, I have to be able to show you this stuff is real. This is real. Somebody said, is leverage info in your course, D33? Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%. Can you explain trailing stop loss, please? Sure. Sure. Let's go to something that has an active trade on it. Let's go to something that has an active trade. Let's go here to Bonk. This is an active trade right now where I'm shorting. I'm shorting Bonk on a 10X. So it's up $231. So what is a trailing stop loss? Well, a stop loss is this right here. See this SL all? That's stop loss all, meaning it will get me completely out of the trade. Let's go cancel that for a second. This is my entry point for this. You see it down here? It says an entry point. Where are you? Where's my entry point? Where are you? Are you in here? Oh, there it is. So, Bonk. I entered into this trade here. So there it is right there. That's my entry point. And I'm shorting it, which means I told the exchange, based off of my charting and information, this is going to go down. So I'm just going to jump in this thing right here. All right. So I'm on a 1 hour chart, so this doesn't look impressive, but just know that there's a lot going on here with this support resistance. Okay. So I open this trade up right here. Somebody say, yep, got it. And now I want to put a stop loss. Well, what is a regular stop loss? If Bonk would start going against me, I'm telling the market that I want it to go down. This is a short. I'm selling against the market. So I'm in profit because it's going down. If I entered in here and every time it goes lower, this number is going to go up for sure. But if I want to protect this, meaning if I got in here and this would have started going against me this way, I can go in here and put what's called a stop loss. Right? You can put a stop loss pretty much right here where all of you, where you see all of this right here. Ding, 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 ding. So at this particular point, it's saying I would have been risking $163. I put up $2,000 for this trade. And if it would have went against me, I'm saying, if it gets up here and breaks this, just get me out. Close my whole trade down, sell everything, and I'll take this loss. This is called a stop loss, meaning instead of me losing a bunch of money all the way up here, just say, hey, no, I don't like it. Get me out of this trade. Done. Trade closes down. I lost $163. If that was the case, that is a stop loss. It is to protect your capital. That's when people say that they lost a whole gazillion dollars and got liquidated and all of that. I'm like, what? Because you can see here, if you're not managing your capital, my liquidation price is $25,808, which means if I didn't have a stop loss, peep game, if I didn't have a stop loss, this thing would have to come way up here, $25,808. Where are you? $25,808. Oh, it's way up here. I'm tripping. $25,808, like up here, somewhere up in here. See it? $25,805. That's close enough. For those people who got liquidated, it tells me that they got into a trade here and they let the damn trade go against them all the way up here to liquidate them for all their money. You kidding me? Why didn't you have a stop loss? The stop loss keeps you, look, if you wait for this, look, this is what this shows. If I take the stop loss and I move it up here, look at how much money this is. That's $674. Up here is freaking $1,300. Like, why would you let it go way up here? To get liquidated out of your stuff. No. If this was to go spiking up and go crazy, no, get me out down here, player. Okay, so that's a stop loss. What is a trailing stop loss? A trailing stop loss is this. I can go up in here and I can say, hey, I'm in this position and I'm already in profit and I want to trail a stop loss behind the price action, right? This is how it works. I'm in here. I came in here. Normally my stop loss will be up here. Let's just say I set a stop loss at a 1% stop loss. So entry price, stop loss is here. Let's just call this, let's pretend this is 1%, right? That's a hard stop loss. If the price goes up and taps that, it gets me out the trade, minimal loss. You live to fight another day. Get me out this shit. I was wrong on the trade. Get me out. Okay, cool. Hard stop loss. A trailing stop loss is you saying, I want to put a stop loss, but a 1% trail. Well, what does that mean? It means as the price starts going down in the direction that you want, which I'm shorting, this follows by 1%. And so guess what? It comes down here. Now you're at break even. You could go to sleep. You moved out. It's now at break even. As it continues to move, it keeps you 1%. It keeps a 1% stop loss from the price. So if the price just keeps falling, it'll just stay 1% away from it. You could go play golf, do whatever you want to do. Some of y'all might want a 2% stop loss or whatever, depending on what your asset is. But that trailing stop loss follows the price action by that margin. What do you mean? So if it goes here, right? And what if this is where the price action is, and this is where the stop loss is now. What happens if it goes right here? Stop loss won't move. I followed you down 1%. If you go here, I ain't moving. You go here, I ain't moving. Try to get me flinch right here. You go right here. It's like nothing. But every time you go down and you go where it's going to be 1%, it'll just keep following you. Just keep following that price act. You go back up right here and try to flinch. It's just like, player. The gains are locked in. Man, your entry point was up here. These gains are locked in. The trailing stop loss is like, you can't, I'm not flinching. I'm 1% behind you, dog. If you continue to run, I'll just run behind you. A trailing stop loss is super, super dope, especially if you are in a trade that is way, way into profit. I got trailing stop losses right now that's like 20%. A 20% trailing stop loss. You're like, wait, what? I'm so far into profits, and the price action is so far away from my damn entry point. I got 20 and 30% stop losses, and I'm not even worried about getting stopped out. Some of y'all might be looking at me like, nah, that's cap right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? I like you, Calvin, but when you get the capping right there, you know what I'm saying? You and Fat Joe, man. Boy, I'm telling you, man. Jay, where's Jada at with the hoodie, bro? You and Fat Joe is cap. Where's Jada at with the hoodie, bro? Come on, crack. You know what I'm saying? But it's true. Pay attention. Long-term trades. I'll prove it to you right now in front of everybody. You go down here and you click on this Ethereum trade. And I'm going to show you just how crazy this is. I'm going to go here to a one-day chart just to show you how crazy this is. Look at this. Don't look like much, do it? Until you zoom it in like this. This trade is up $6,500. The entry point is down here. The entry point is way down here. Let me get dramatic with it for a 4-hour chart so you can really see just how crazy this is. Look at this. Look at the entry point. The entry point was back here, right? When this started off, I didn't have a trailing stop loss, because if I would have trailed the stop loss up here, when this started coming down, it would have stopped me out the trade, right? Somebody say yes, it would have stopped you out the trade for sure. But I don't want that. I already know what Ethereum is. So with this particular joint right now, the trailing stop loss is not in, but I'm telling you right now, if I was to take this stop loss and move it to like right here, it would immediately lock up $5,000 for the most part. All of this down here is locked gains. If Ethereum was to come down here and tap this red line, it would close this trade out at about $5,000 profit. But I know what Ethereum is. My entry point is way down here. No, thank you. I'm waiting for this to finish whatever it's going to do here, whatever it's going to do, and start rallying back up here. And then I'm going to slide this trailing stop loss in here. And that trailing stop loss, pay attention. Right? Let's go ahead and look at it right here. There we go. Where are we looking at? Pitchforks? No, this is what I'm looking for right here. Where are you? Where are you? I'm in the wrong place, I think. Here, hold on. I'm trying to find what I'm looking for. I need my dang on regular trading view. I don't even know where this thing is at. Oh, there you go. Bing! Okay. From here to here is 5.83%. Right? 5.83%. Let's call it 6%. Right? Times 8. So if I put a trailing stop loss here, right? And that trailing stop loss is for this. Guess what will happen? Whenever this runs up, let me prove it to you. Let me show it to you so you can see this. What would happen is as this starts going up, this will start moving up like this. Right? It'll start moving and it'll just start trailing the price action. And every time it moves up, it'll just keep this same distance, constantly locking up the gains. Everything you see down at the bottom is gains locked up. You literally have to come down here to get me out of it, right? And so this right here would just keep moving up like this, locking in gains, locking in gains. That is a trailing stop loss in a nutshell, all right? Hard stop losses is you hit that, boom, you're out the game. You take your L, you mitigate the loss, right? And you say, hey, cool. But trailing stop losses are crazy. Those things can lock in gains, especially if the market is moving fast and stuff like that. And you say, yo, just follow it by, 5%. I'm way up, you know what I'm saying? Follow the price action by 5%. And if it dips down past the 5% level after moving up, just close the trade down. I don't want to be looking at this thing every day. What it keeps you from doing is looking at your phone every 5 minutes. Shit, man. I'm about to close this. No, I don't want to close it yet. It might go up a little bit more. Why are you doing that? Don't look at me like that. Some of y'all doing that for real. Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. Shit, if I do that and it go up tomorrow, I'm going to be mad. Stop doing that. Trailing stop loss. Trailing stop loss. What are we doing? If you don't got time to manually, put your stop loss and stuff in there, right? You don't got a hard take profit or something like that. By the way, we didn't talk about that because a lot of y'all, the reason that y'all miss gains is when you're doing your chart. You're so good at paying attention to stop losses, stop loss. But what you don't do is put in a take profit. Wait a minute. Hold on, bro. You mean there's a take profit in there too? Yeah, this one. That says stop loss. This says take profit. So I could take this and slide it up here and say, yeah, you know what? When Ethereum gets back up here, just go ahead and take profits. For those of y'all who are paying attention, if this is my entry point and I just slid my stop loss up here to where we've already been, you already know my entry point was here. How could it not be? Nothing has been below this, so you know that's my entry point. That means I walked away. $17,000, that doesn't even faze me. You mean to tell me that this trade was up almost 17 G's and you didn't close it out? No. I'm waiting for the bigger money. I'm just keeping it real with you so you can understand how unemotional I am. I don't get emotional when it comes to trading. But bruh, it was 17,000. Huh? I'm not emotional, bro. I'm not emotional. Is that real? I'm talking about managing your emotions. Is that real? Yeah. Shit. I don't know if I could have did it, my boy. I don't really know if I could have did that, my boy. Every trader is going to be different depending on what type of wealth building experience they want to have. I'm not into that. I'm not in that trade for $17,000. It's just not impressive. I'm in that trade for about $50,000. Right? And you think that, well, you missed, but 17, what? No. Because as we continue to run up, I can always add to the trade. I can always add to that trade, which will move my stop loss. Move my entry point up, but it will be way below where the price action is. I got a great entry point. I can build on top of that trade right there and not miss nowhere near the money that you think I'm missing. It'll be made like this. I can add to that trade. Somebody said, man, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy, bro. So watch this. Wait a minute. I'm not done. because this is a little bit of a masterclass here. Let's go here and let's talk about it real quick. Just so you know, because you're about to find out. You're about to see something really special. You may not think it's special, but it is. Look. Look. My original entry point was here with a small amount of capital. We're talking about Ethereum. My original entry point was down here when Ethereum was $2,500. As it ran up, I scaled the trade up, which moved my entry point up here. It says here, scale up re-entry. It moved. The reason that you're looking at this up here, right here, which is still way away from this price action, is because I scaled it up. That moved my entry point up here. Somebody say, good gosh, now I'm not done. Pay attention, because you're about to see something really, really, really special. You see this low, this high, and this pivot low? Watch this. This is real talk. Watch. This low, this swing high, back to this swing low. Look, do you see something? No, I don't see nothing. I got you. Pay attention. This is where we are right now, this red dotted line, 44.64, right? Because I just drew up a trend-based Fibonacci, I know that as we started running up here, we hit that 786, came back down here. There's your 50% level right here. Now we are literally at the 618. I'm waiting for this to continue up in this bull market. And because I have a roadmap, I already know that that's my 786. This is about to get crazy. I already know that this is my 1618 right here. A 41% move, Ethereum to 63.19. Wait for it. So if I come over here, right, and I pull this up to 69.18, somebody say, oh my gosh. And I pull this up to 69.18 right here and say, yeah, this is close enough. 69.18, that's close enough. 69.18, where are you at? Right, that's good enough. 69.15. And I say, I'll go ahead and take profits and shut the trade down when it gets up here. That's 56,000. I already know what my Fibonacci levels are. I already know how to read the charts, guys. I already know that I can put my take profit level up here at the 1618 for about 50 grand. Wait, some of y'all finna say, but it ain't guaranteed, fam. You don't really know if it's going to the 1618. So, I'm so glad that you said that. You must have thought that this was a regular class and it was not a master class. This Ethereum, if I go over here to take profits, I can click on this partial position. I can actually put in a trigger price. Wait for it. Whoa. I could come right here at this level right here, copy this, pull this over, and right here where it says this right here, take profits right here, I can paste this here as profit. Well, how much do you want to? I only want to shut the trade down by 25% when we hit that number. Confirm. So on the way up, when it hits this number for about $5,000 right there with this number, say, wait, what? Look, $22,000. I'm gonna pull 5 G's off the table because that's about 25%. Listen, you're not listening to me. I'm already here. As we sit here, I'm already in profit $6,500. When it runs up here to that Fibonacci, I've already put in there that at $22,000, shut the trade down by 25% and let the rest 75% ride. What? Man, come on, bro. Listen, you do private coaching, fam. Cause this, I can't get it. I'm trying. My shit. My damn phone is goddamn. I got 10,000 damn videos of you in my damn phone. Shit. Mario Lewis said, "Damn, bro, got me going. This is crazy." I keep telling people, you have all the power. Listen, I have a crypto course, right? I am trying to encourage you to grab it because once you get this information, you have all the power. Your wealth building experience will be fantastic. I'm showing you live. Once you get into an entry point for a trade, it's whatever. You can decide how much you want to take off the table, and you can do it in preset numbers. Some of y'all didn't even realize that because y'all too busy focused on just stop loss, stop loss, stop loss. What about your take profit stuff? Why you don't got that set? That same Fibonacci that I teach in my course, you know that gives you a roadmap of where you can take money off the table and you can put it in the chart. That's insane. No, I'm turning my camera around here, but if I know I earned the right to do business with somebody. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I haven't earned the right. Go here. If I've earned the right to do business with you, to sell you my course, go here. Blockchainbullhorn.com. I'm just asking you if I've earned the right to do business with you. I have a super simple crypto course. It teaches things you need in order to extract gains and wealth out the market. I stand behind it 100%. If you're not ready for that, grab the crypto cheat guide. It's going to show you how it's literally called a cheat guide. It shows you how crypto works. I'm telling you, there's the link. That information that I just shared with you is insane. There is a lot of power behind that. Real power. You think trading is about you being glued to your phone every damn 5 minutes. It's not. You got a family, you got friends, church, PTA meetings, soccer clubs, football, piano classes, just straight up going to the games, it's football season. Why are you glued to your phone every 5 minutes? I don't understand. Why are you not managing the wealth? I did my job. I created the course, step-by-step tutorials and videos. Why are you not taking advantage of it and managing your wealth? It's crazy, right? Do you see how I've chalked this up? Look back at it again. This is crazy. Look how I could chalk this up. In profit, about 7 G's. Already got it set up based off of Fibonacci that when it goes up here, take 25% off the table. Leave 75% on the table for $56,000 area. And I can just go in here and I can do whatever. I can chalk this up to whatever number I want. But based off of Fibonacci, I already know what Ethereum can do, what the probability is. I already know. You think it was here at the 50% level, that's an accident? You think